make sure to like and follow PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
Being in business for over 25 years, we've learned a lot about why local matters. Unlike those guys, we take pride in our work and back our tires with our Plus Plan guarantee to get the most out of your tire's lifespan.
Are the tires the same size on all the sides?
We strive to provide great value to our guests and lowest prices guaranteed.
That's not good.
Stop at a trusted tire and auto and get a set of tires from people you know and trust, and will even match those guys.
At Ryan Buick GMC, we treat every day like game day.
1.2-liter turbo engine, ultra-wide screen.
1.2-liter turbo engine, ultra-wide screen, on 2. Ready? Ready.
We know how to get you in the right vehicle.
Buchanans, and hut, hut.
From the test drive to the handoff, we make every step easy. This season, start your drive at Ryan Buick GMC.
We started with small beginnings. And just like the visionary entrepreneurs we serve, we turned an idea into reality. Today, we give you the power to grow your ideas by building meaningful relationships in the communities we serve. Because it's the same place we started. BNC National Bank, where possibilities begin right here at home.
The Jersey Mike's catering box is the easiest way to feed your friends. The hard part is picking your sub. That's why we're having a draft. With the first pick, Sarah from Carolina selects number 13, the original Italian.
You know, I trusted my gut, and that's exactly where the sub's gonna go, so.
Hold on, we've got a trade. Jake traded his second pick with me, because I'm starved. Freshly sliced subs to go, wherever you and your friends go. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
That sinking feeling you get when this happens? That's oil change-anxiety. The anxiety of being without a car with a billion things to do. The fear of being overcharged. The stress of not knowing where to go or who to trust. But you never get those feelings at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, where you can watch us work right from your car, and we finish up in about 15 minutes.
We changed your oil and did our 18-point safety check.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Service you can see, experts you can trust.
The Pepsi rink at Mesa Arena. You really can't beat this place for North Dakota high school hockey. And tonight you can't beat the matchup that we've got for you on the PSP Network. Combined 17-4 record between Minot United and Devils Lake. Old rivals come together tonight in an East versus West showdown. This one could be a doozy here from the Magic City. Good evening, hockey fans, and welcome into the Pepsi rink at Mesa Arena for this East versus West showdown. My name is Nick Colbert. Glad to have you folks aboard for our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Locations in Minot and Bismarck. It's a quick 15-minute drive-through oil change. You really can't beat it at Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Just sit in your car, check your emails, maybe eat your lunch. The best part about it is the Lundins have been taking care of people for the last 25 years at Valvoline Instant Oil Change. They bring you the pregame show here tonight. Well, we talk about old rivals. These two teams used to be in the same conference inside of the WDA. However, now it's Devils Lake that is over on the east side of the state playing with the quote-unquote big boys. And they're one in the group of the big boys here this year. Let's hop into the standings inside of North Dakota high school hockey. They look like this coming into the showdown here this evening. These standings brought to you by our friends at DriveRyan.com. Browse their massive inventory online, DriveRyan.com. Locations in western North Dakota. Speaking about East, Red River, number 1. Cheyenne right there with them, tied for first with 15 points at the top of the ladder. Grand Forks Central, number 3. Devils Lake, number 4. If this is how they went to the state tournament today, this would be an opening round matchup at the Shields Arena in Fargo. We've seen that in the past where Minot and Devils Lake have played in that opening round. However, there's a long way to go until we get to state tournament time, but it's going to go quick already here on the 8th of January. East and West Region tournament time right around the corner, just a little over a month away. Davies, Fargo North, Shanley, the Fargo teams, along with West Fargo, occupy spots 5 through 8 on the east side of the state. GPR winless on the year. Mayville, Portland area not playing a varsity schedule. Out here on the west side of the state, Minot United's a runaway train for the most part right now. 8-0 inside the conference. You've got Legacy at 6-1-1, 1 point behind. Then you've got Jamestown, followed by Mandan and Century, the top 5, followed by Bismarck High, Williston, Dickinson, Botno Rugby, and Hazen Beulah having a winless campaign. There's your standings inside of the state of North Dakota for boys high school hockey. We've got plenty more to talk about here on our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. When we come back, we'll bring in my broadcast partner, good friend of mine, Mr. Matt Morelli, joining us on the call here tonight from the Pepsi rink. It could be a good one. I wouldn't go anywhere just yet on this Thursday night. The Firebirds, number 4 out east against the number 1 team out west. Minot United here in boys high school hockey. Plenty to talk about when we come back to the Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. Is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
not just the things we lose, but the memories. But there's hope. ServPro, with decades of experience in Minot and Bismarck, is always ready. Our certified professionals don't just restore homes, they rebuild lives. Because to us, you're not just a client, you're family.
Here we go. Calendar is turned and we're getting set and ready for the second half of the season, if you will, in North Dakota high school hockey. In East First West Showdown tonight to launch things off, back with our PSP coverage after the Winter Classic, brought to you by Essentia Health and Fargo over the holiday break. This one should be a good one tonight. Devils Lake at 7-2, Minot United at 10-2. They collide here this evening from the Pepsi Rink at Mesa Arena. It's the Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Locations in Minot and Bismarck. Again, 15-minute drive-through oil change. You can't beat it at Valvoline Instant Oil Change. I'm Nick Holberg alongside of my good friend, a legend in North Dakota hockey. It's former Fighting Sioux, Mr. Matt Morelli. First things first, did you have a good holiday, Matt? That's always the biggest and most important question coming back after the break.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, pretty low-key, nothing too crazy. Like you said, you just kind of got family, you hang with them, and you do stuff at home, and you kind of take a little breather from things and recharge the battery, and then you're ready to go.
Did you make a resolution this year?
I don't know. I think, doesn't everybody kind of make one, and just whether you say it or not? I mean, I think deep down you always have a few things you want to do different. I mean, I think nothing too crazy. I think you got personal goals. I think there's a lot of times people have their ideas of what, try this, quit that, go to do things more. I think as long as you're feeling good, I always try to be a good person, treat people good, always be, be organized, just be a good, if you can do the right things, I think most of the time, I think the things will go your way most of the time.
I hear you've been listening to Tony Robbins some more here at the start of the new year, which always helps.
Yeah, he's kind of my idol. Tony Robbins, Zig Ziglar. I like to pattern myself after those guys. I don't think I'll be having any speaking engagements, but I mean, those guys are I'm kind of a that's my coin myself, those guys.
Yeah, well, that's good. That's why we love having you on tonight. We've got a lot to break down. And speaking of Tony Robbins tonight, these two teams looking for a positive note. Two teams that come in collectively at 17-4 on the year. Could be a good matchup tonight. Let's take a look at one of the reasons why, starting with the top goaltenders in the state of North Dakota, brought to you by the Goalie Glove guy. How about Luke Richardson from Minot United? He is lighting it up right now, folks. This is based off the goaltenders that have over 200 minutes played on their campaign. Richardson coming in at 263 minutes on the season. 0.58 goals against average, Matt, with a 96% save percentage. You're not going to find numbers in any league, at any division, any level, any league that are much better than a 96% save percentage and a 0.58 goals against average. A real token here for Minot United.
Well, I think you're right. I think you get these, like a lot of these kids, athletes in general, you get on kind of a hot streak. You feel good. You're confident. I mean, confidence is such a big factor with these young guys, these young kids, and you find what works. You keep rolling with it, and I think obviously the Minot winning and having success, that's going to help at every position. But we've always talked about the guy in the back. It starts at the goaltender, and you just go out from there. You need a guy that can make that save when maybe you don't have your best night. Maybe the guys out front, forwards, are having a struggle. You see times where maybe you're out shooting somebody, but they're not going in. Well, then the puck goes down to the momentum shifts the other way and comes down the other end. You got to have your goaltender making those big saves. Even if he doesn't have his best night, make the normal ones, maybe make a few that you shouldn't, because this is when the season really starts to get thick, get into some tight competition. Devils Lake always brings their best game against Minot. I don't care whether it's here or in Devils Lake at the Burdick Ice Rink. It's always a tough game. It just is. It's been like that for years, which is great. That's what, when Devils Lake was in the West, and then they went to the East, and then they came back, then they went back, and I think they're staying in the East for good. But You gotta love playing Devil's Lake. Those are great games.
A lot of good memories come to mind when thinking of this rivalry that goes back to, it's got to go back to your days probably, Matt. I mean, back in the 80s where Devil's Lake was around back then, I'd have to assume.
Oh, yeah. They were always a tough out. I mean, it was kind of back and forth. We'd beat them sometimes. They'd beat us sometimes. I think I'm not exactly exact on the stats like you have checked back, but it seemed like Minot maybe had the upper hand a little bit, but they were never easy games. They were kind of chippy, but there was a rivalry. It was kind of a good thing going between both teams, and you got jacked up for those games.
Yeah, you certainly did. We'll talk more about those memories here tonight. There's going to be a couple players trying to create some more of those memories here in this hockey game. Let's look at the top 10 in the state of North Dakota, presented by our friends at Bones Barbecue Sauce, a true North Dakota original. Created and bottled right here in North Dakota. It's Bones Barbecue Sauce. Premier barbecue sauce that's perfect on everything. Two kids in the contest that we'll see tonight. One from Devil's Lake, strumming with 22 points on the year. Thompson from Minot United with 20. These two young men are going to look to tear it up here tonight, having good campaigns. Anytime that you're floating around 20 points or more in a season, things are going well. Starting for the Devil's Lake Firebirds here tonight, and the young man that has had himself a good season, and Weston Strummy, 7 goals on the campaign, 15 assists, 22 points for him. They're without one of their other leading point getters in tonight's hockey game. Weston Nelson not in the lineup tonight. He's got 16 points. That's going to put some weight on the shoulders of Strummy in this contest, I'd have to think. But Oliver Thompson as well for Minot United. He's really having himself a nice year.
Well, you talk about the things you said earlier in the season, like it's their turn now. It's time for those guys to shoulder the minutes. The more PP time, the coaches expect big things out of your top guys. They have to. Every guy does. It's just when you're your seniors, Thompson and Richardson, the guys that you're going to lean on those guys for a lot of playing time. We always say it. Even if they're a little tired towards the end of a game, worn out, you still take your chances with your veterans because they've been there. They kind of thrive on that stuff. You like those guys, their confidence is riding high. When your production is such a big deal, not saying you're going to be in the score sheet every night, but when you're getting minutes like those guys are, the chances of getting on the score sheet are pretty high, and the coaching staff says, listen, we're going to need you in these games, whether they're non-conference or not. You want to set, it starts at the top. The older guys show by example. They're going to be forced into some situations, and the coaches say, "Hey, listen, we're giving you a lot of minutes and the pressure." But they love that. If you're a skater, no matter how tired you are, you want to be out there the next shift.
Yeah, without a doubt. Big time players thriving in big time situations. I've got a hunch that tonight it might be like that. United and Devil's Lake colliding here in boys high school hockey. More of the Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show when we come back to the Pepsi rink here at Baser Arena.
Contracting builds more than structures. They build confidence. Your trusted partner in commercial construction across North Dakota, they handle everything from planning to final delivery. Whether it's steel, industrial, or retail, AECM builds with precision and safety. Their hands-on approach keeps your project on time and on budget. Build better with AECM. Call Tim at 701-818-0099 or visit aeconstructionmanagement.com.
The Jersey Mike's catering box is the easiest way to feed your friends. The hard part is picking your sub. That's why we're having a draft. With the first pick, Sarah from Carolina selects number 13, the original Italian.
I trusted my gut, and that's exactly where the sub's going to go. So
Hold on, we've got a trade. Jake traded his second pick with me, because I'm starved. Freshly sliced subs to go, wherever you and your friends go. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
At Ryan Buick GMC, we treat every day like game day.
1.2-liter turbo engine, ultra-wide screen.
1.2-liter turbo engine, ultra-wide screen, on 2. Ready?
We know how to get you in the right vehicle.
Bucanyons, and hut, hut.
From the test drive to the handoff, we make every step easy. This season, start your drive at Ryan Buick GMC.
We often think of frontiers as pages in a history book, a time gone by. But even in this modern world, there are new frontiers to conquer. Whether you're tending the land to grow a better tomorrow or growing a business for new opportunities, the work you do powers the world. Exploring the frontier means stepping forward, shaping the future for yourself and for those around you. First International Bank and Trust, helping you live first, one step at a time.
When facing disaster, it's not just the things we lose, but the memories. But there's hope. ServPro, with decades of experience in Minot and Bismarck, is always ready. Our certified professionals don't just restore homes, they rebuild lives. Because to us, you're not just a client, you're family.
Minot United, Devils Lake collide for the first time ever under the name Minot United for the Minot hockey program. The Magi and Firebirds over time have had plenty of barn burners. We just talked off the air at the commercial break here during our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. The memories that I've had from calling Minot Magicians hockey in that time, Matt. There was a time that a couple of them come to mind, one of which was Minot beating Devils Lake in the state tournament the year they won it in 2015. That was quite a contest, an overtime thriller. Matt Flom got the game winner against Holden Kurtz, who ended up coming to play at Minot State University. The year prior, it was Quinn Fuchs' group that went to Devils Lake. We went to Burdick Arena. I had the call for back on KRRZ radio before PSP was even a thing, and Quinn Fuchs ended up with a 6-goal night, I believe, that night, or a 4-goal night, 6-point night.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Didn't Holden Kurtz have about 100 saves in 2 games?
Holden
State
Kurtz,
tournament. I think he did.
It was
one was
unbelievable.
15, one was 45-50. I mean, he had 2 games that were out of the games of his life.
Out of his mind, without a doubt. There's no doubt that Devils Lake seems to always produce somebody in the blue paint that can get the job done. Tonight we're going to take a look at a goaltender that gets the call for them here this evening. Number 30, Devin Kemple, gets the call for Devils Lake this evening. 96% save percentage with a 1 GAA, meaning he gives up on average 1 goal per night. He's got the call here for the Firebirds. He's played in 102 minutes on the campaign, 2 games played. He sits on a record of 2-0. Tonight he goes against Luke Richardson, the netminder for Minot United, leading the state with his numbers here in 2025, 2026, 96.1% save percentage and a .58 goals against average. Those 2 kids are going to have to be big here tonight. Speaking of which, here he comes out of the tunnel as the Minot United, without a moniker, by the way, if you're from Devils Lake watching here tonight, United doesn't have a moniker or nickname. Makes it a little bit tough, especially when you're used to it being the Firebirds and the Magi, or the Satans and the Magi back in the day. If you go back into the time vessel just a bit.
Weren't some of those old nicknames great?
Oh, you should write a book on how good
they've changed. There aren't many old ones left.
Still red and black here for Devils Lake as they get the trip taken care of over to the Magic City here this evening to take on Minot United. Time for our keys to the game, brought to you by our friends at Northern Plains Heating and Air. No other choice to seal your heating and air game than Northern Plains Heating and Air. For the Firebirds, when you go against a goaltender like Richardson here tonight, I think there's no question that you got to bury on your second chance opportunities. It just seems like if Richardson sees it, he's going to stop it. Second chances for the Firebirds was my key here this evening for Minot United. Physicality. It seems like when everybody's going, they run 4 lines. If they play a physical brand of hockey, it seems like you can wear some teams down, and I think Minot United will look to do that here this evening. Second chances, physicality, anything else in your mind for the keys to the game for either club?
I think just you keep doing the same thing you've been doing. You keep rolling it. You get everybody involved. Physical, but under control and smart. I don't think Minot has I think the best thing is just play your game. Play Minot's style. Physical. I think depth-wise, Minot probably always seems to have the advantage, but you can't take, but don't overlook them either. I think if the key is get that first goal, get on the board and put the pressure on Devil's Lake, the other road teams. You're Minot. You always take advantage of being the home. You're on your home ice. That should be a little bit more of a comfort level. So I think getting off to a quick start for Minot is what you're looking for.
Should be a fun one here tonight between these two clubs. Official introductions taking place courtesy of Duffy Dolbeck. By the way, this isn't the only game on the air tonight on the PSP Network or this week. Look at this action-packed schedule. Beulah Trinity in boys basketball tonight. That's a good one. Grant County Mott Region at Central McLean and girls hoops tonight. South Prairie Max at Nedros. That's a good single-A matchup as well. Tomorrow we turn our attention to double-A basketball. Mandan and Dickinson. That's going to be a good one between the girls and the boys. Minot High, Minot North will collide in boys and girls hoops. I'm on the call for basketball tomorrow night. I'm coming out of the bullpen to call one tomorrow.
Gotta clean the cobwebs out.
Yeah. No icing off sides or checking in that sport tomorrow night, but it should be a good one. They're the number 1 ranked girls team in the state. Minot High taking on Minot United. Legacies at Century. That's a marquee matchup. Speaking of number 1, Century boys are ranked 1 in the state. The girls are up there as well. And in boys hoop, Velva and MLS collide tomorrow night as well. You can follow us on all of our social media platforms, PSP Network. Our mission is to promote local athletes. We'll do that here tonight with this matchup between United and Devil's Lake. When we come back, we'll have our opening draw brought to you by 701 Realty. After a salute to our great country, United States of America, the anthem and the opening draw come up next here on the PSP Network.
We realized he had 2 broken bones was fear. Then once we realized and got a plan with Trinity and our doctor, a lot of comfort.
He told me that he can fix my arm, and he showed me a lot of stuff that he could do to help me.
Trinity Health Orthopedics is as good as you can find anywhere in the country. A lot of us take pride in that, and that's why we stay here and we keep doing what we do.
Trinity Health, making more possible.
God bless our servicemen and women. God bless our veterans. God bless America. Rendition of our nation's national anthem ahead of this East First West showdown tonight. Devil's Lake in town to take on Minot United. Nick Holberg, Matt Morelli on the call. It is officially time, partner, to get this one off and underway. Tonight, Devil's Lake comes in at 7-2 overall. Minot United comes in at 10-2. It's got the makings of what could be a good one here in this boys high school hockey matchup. Andrew Goodmanson from 701 Realty checked in tonight, as he always does. Great to hear from Goody right around the holiday time. Glad to know that he made it through. I know he was probably busy delivering presents to all the boys and girls across the world. He's usually busy with that, it seems. Maybe not.
Right. Busy with his kids for sure.
Yeah, without a doubt. 701 Realty for all your buying and selling needs in the real estate world. And as Andrew Goodmanson would say, when in doubt, you must look intelligent. That's what I've always done, and it seems to work pretty well. Well, Goody.
Makes sense.
Yeah, might be bluffing from time to time, but I think he's pretty intelligent. We appreciate you checking in tonight. We appreciate you and your support of local athletes here on the PSP Network. 701 Realty brings you the opening draw. United's in white. Devils Lakes in red. We are officially underway. Black and red, I should say. We are officially underway from the Pepsi rink at Mesa Arena. Off the opening draw, United's got the puck into offensive territory. They come, trying to bat that one out of the air. Danielson just missed off the mark on that attempt. Big hit over on the far side wing. That was my key to the game in this contest here tonight for Minot United. Being physical, and not only being physical, but being physical for a full 51 minutes here this evening. It seems to be an MO that works well for Minot United when it is put into play. 40 seconds into the hockey game. United back behind their own net. Here's Lemon away to the far side. Danielson up to center. It's going to be swept back away into United zone by McCarthy. And now it's going to be pushed right back up into neutral, back into the Firebird end. And back come the Firebirds with Schumacher out of their own zone. Back to center. Retrieved here at neutral now by Tate Thorson. He moves it away to the near side where it's handled by Richardson. He dumps it into the zone, trying to give it off to Hagenow. Ran into the skates of Thor Nelson to the referee on the far side wing. Shot came fired in. Goes down into the corner. Now it's going to be worked back away up at the line where it's taken here by United and sent right back in from Blake Holland. United finally got their new jerseys in. They are wearing the Minot High Magician jerseys for the majority of the season. Those uniforms made their way into the Magic City. Debuted those at the Winter Classic where they took care of West Fargo handedly at the outdoor event at the Lights in West Fargo. That's quite an event, isn't it, Matt?
Yeah, that's a nice facility down there.
No doubt about that. That was quite an event, quite a performance for Minot United. They got out of there with a win over an East Region school by a score of 6-0. Most recently, Minot played Williston just the other night on Monday. It was a makeup game. We were not here for that one after the win was marked in the win column for Mother Nature from earlier on in the year. That was kind of a scary one maybe for United. That was 3-3 at one point in the hockey game. Minot United ended up getting out of here on their home ice with a 5-3 victory over the Coyotes.
Probably a little too close for comfort there.
Yeah, I would have to think. And if you don't think the West is wild again, that goes to show that it certainly is. Firebirds with possession back in their own territory. This is Hayden Volk. Tried to move it off through center. Now it's Nolan Knowles that takes it here. He tried to move it on forward. He's going to get it back at center. They scrum at center for it. Now the rush is on into the zone. It comes here for DeVere. DeVere takes it down underneath the net of Richardson. Firebirds in a change. They're going to regroup at center. It's going to be picked up by McCarthy. Goes off to his partner here on the near side. It's going to be worked up into the neutralized zone by Braxton Boleen. Back with it is Voller in his own territory. Now Voller will move it off into the neutral ice zone, but it's taken by the Firebirds. They'll dump it right back in behind Richardson. He's out of the net to play it. Swept it with a backhand. Trying to go back to Voller. Now it's L. Moves it up to center ice, and on the rush we go up for Jackson Dahl. Right back the other way now for the Firebirds here in this feeling out process. We haven't had a whistle. We had a whistle yet to the contest.
No, I like it though. I like it. You know, I mean, play without a whistle. You know, play without a whistle. It's nice. Keep the game rolling. Good pace.
And a 6:15 start tonight. We're going to get to that banana cream pie from Shots Crossroads that was delivered up here in the booth before you know it, Matt. How about that holiday gift?
That's right. Tell the refs keep the play going.
Yeah, we like it. Offensive zone it comes now here for Weston Strami. Keep an eye on him tonight. Leading point getter for the Firebirds. 22 points on the campaign for Strami. Richardson forced to make his first stop of the game. Shots are 1-1. Up into the neutral ice zone we go now for Richardson. It's going to be dumped in from center and sent down here by Jackson Dahl. He's got a 2-goal season going here in this 25-26 campaign. Take a second to breathe here without a whistle yet, man.
Yeah, I don't see that very often.
Good back and forth action as they continue to work in the neutral ice zone. Now a rush for the Firebirds. This is Cole Thompson. Thompson, high riser, tried to pick the blocker corner, sent it over the net and wide.
Well, when there's no whistles, the periods go fast when you only got 17 minutes.
Puck comes back away now for the Firebirds. Sent up in front of the net. That one away from Nash Riggin. Comes back away into the possession here at center for Brady Groves. He moves it into the offensive territory. Firebirds are going to try to move it right back up. Here from Boleen. They will to the far side it goes and up to center now. Nash Riggin again with a backhand. Shuffles off ahead, and it's Holland back in his own territory on the recovery, and he sends it away to the near side, chipped out of the zone, back at center. Firebirds still have possession here. We still haven't had a whistle, and we're down to 11:47 to play in the opening period.
Makes for a quick period.
Yeah, it's certainly going quick here. No icing on this play. It was touched up in the neutral ice zone. Puck lies behind the net, behind Richardson. Now it's going to be sent out in front, all off the tape with the Minot netminder. And to center we go now as the rush is on. Into offensive territory for Minot. It comes now as it's taken from Bradley. Bradley's going to get it back only for a moment. Schmeichel trying to get a hand on it. Comes back away now to the possession here for the D-man, Theodore Manuel. Manuel's going to get it back from Voller. He'll take it back behind his own net where he hits the brakes. Sweeps it up the wall on the far side. Firebirds have possession. We've gone 6 minutes of continuous gameplay here. I don't think I've ever seen it. I've been calling hockey since I was 18 years old, starting with the Bismarck Bobcats in my younger years. I've called plenty of games, partner. This is
at least not in high school anyway.
Yeah, no kidding. Puck comes off of Richardson, blocker save, back in behind the net. I called the longest game in the history of the East Coast Hockey League, if you can believe that. The ECHL, the legendary league.
How long?
Wish I had the actual number. I could pull it up.
Look it up.
At the time, it was a playoff game between Elmira, where I was stationed and working for the Elmira Jackals as their TV and radio play-by-play voice. We went to Trenton, New Jersey that night, and that game ended up 4 or 5 overtimes.
Wow.
It went late.
What year was that? You remember that far back?
I don't know if I even can remember that far back. Around 2009, I would think, was probably the timeline. Could have used an extra Red Bull that night for sure.
Yeah, a couple probably. Isn't that great? 7 minutes, a little whistle. There's the first one.
9:50 left in the opening period, and the puck goes up and into the seats. Souvenir finds a fan. That might be a record here, as the first whistle of the hockey game comes with the puck on a play, and a Souvenir finds a fan here with 9:50 left in the opening period. BNC Bank bringing you the scoreboard tonight. BNC.bank, locations in North Dakota and Arizona. Find them online, BNC.bank. Planet Pizza also brings you the hockey game tonight. Planet Pizza, try the lunch buffet Monday through Friday from 11 to 2 at Planet. They also have the largest laser tag playground in the region. It's Planet Pizza. Back at center, Richardson has it here. Moves it away near side, goes off of Nolan Knowles, comes back into the hands here now of Braxton Boline, sends it ahead. Lemons on the retrieve. Backhands it to his partner, Richardson. Goes away off the near side, trying to get it off the head. Now Richardson's just going to wheel and deal himself up at center. Hauled up by the blue line, and now the red line, excuse me. Now Slynn's into the zone with it. Here's Slynn back in behind his own net. L on the forecheck as well. Breakout is good, up to center ice now, and wheeling forward. This is Ryland Swenson. He'll hit the brakes in Minot's territory. Back and forth we go. Richardson moves it off, comes into the hands of Caden McCarthy. McCarthy's into the zone with it. DeVere sends it down, comes back away to Holland, and Holland got it over there to Slynn. Slynn tried to clear the zone and couldn't. Comes back to the top of the circle. Now it's going to be pushed out of the zone there by Jackson Dahl. And the puck comes back away here in the neutral ice territory, where it's dumped right back in behind Richardson. Icing on the play. That brings a stop in the action here with 8:23 left in the opening period. Nobody on the BNC Bank scoreboard just yet. Seems as if maybe, Matt, there's a feeling out process happening between two opponents that haven't seen each other yet on this campaign.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, nobody wants to make that first mistake, but then again, the guy's getting comfortable. That's okay.
Off the draw. Hard shot from Dahl, just missed on the blocker side from the center slot. He gets it back. Have another chance at it now, and it's going to go down into the corner where L sets it up. L rushed off the puck there as it's swept back into the zone. Now it's pushed out, and on the retrieve at center, it comes away here to Holland on the near side. Holland shuffled it off ahead. Firebirds back with possession. They go up to center now with Cole Thompson. Thompson moves it in. Holland's going to try to move it back out. Starts the rush here as he gets it up to L, and L will dump it off ahead. Number 4 in the EDC right now are the Firebirds. Red River, Central, and Cheyenne are the teams that are ahead of Devils Lake. See that from time to time with the Devils Lake Firebirds, where they find themselves in that top 4 category. This is a good year for them, without a doubt, under the direction of Landon Swenson. In with a chance here, however, United had the opportunity with Danielson. Comes back up now here to Gross. He's going to fire. Danielson tipped it in front of the net, went just wide of the blue paint. Grade A opportunity. Danielson had the tap out in front. It just bounced wide. Comes back underneath the goal line now, where Danielson's got it again. Moves it up to Voller. Got past him. Foot race the other direction. Schumacher back with Voller. And Voller's going to get back with the long reach and poke it free. Now it's sent out front. Oh, Richardson had robbery out in front of the net.
Boy, there was like a 2-on-0 in front of the net. You got to make sure there's a defenseman in front of the net.
On the rush the other direction now. Here's United with Christopher. Nick Christopher working along the far wall. Pushed out. This one's going to roll down. Will it get to the end line for an icing? It may not. It will not. Gross is back on the retrieve. We're down to 6:30 to play in the opening period. One end of the ice to the other. This comes down. That will be an icing, brought to you by our friends at Minot State University. Be seen, be heard, be you. Minot State, where more than 96% of recent college grads are either employed or continuing their education. MSU grads get jobs, period. We also want to thank our friends quickly at the UPS store located on South Broadway in Minot, the UPS store for all your packing, shipping, and printing needs. It's the UPS store. Well, there you see Landon Swenson on your screen, the coach set up on the right side of the 3 coaches that were in that camera shot. 2-on-1, Minot back. Here's a shot from Thompson. He shoots and scores. Oliver Thompson puts it into the cage. United's got the early lead as Oliver Thompson found the cookie jar, Matt. That's point number 21, a team high. One of the top 10 players in the state just got it done again.
Well, that's a set play from Minot back there. As soon as that defenseman picks it up, I think the forwards just shoot up the middle. They know what they're doing. They've done it before. And I just think a lot of teams are probably not ready for that. And it's a good heads-up pass by the defenseman looking for that forward and springing for a 2-on-1. Take a good shot, and good things happen.
United strikes first. Thompson's 21st point of the year. And for Oliver, that's goal number 10. Here's Duffy Novak on the goal call. Minot wants more, however. Oh, backdoor, they did it again. That time it's Bradley. Shoots and scores.
Oh, it's 2 quick ones. That's tough when you give up one, not to mention one a minute later. You've just, Devils Lake, you got to regroup. Maybe call a timeout and say, come on, you guys, settle down a little bit. Got a long game, got plenty of time, but let's not keep going. Let's not get any worse after one period.
Easton Bradley picks up his 12th of the season. Minot United all of a sudden is up 2-0. Fair to say the feeling out process has come to a close as Minot United finds a way to strike for 2. Bradley's 6th goal of the year. I apologize. Let's listen in.
Scoring his 6th goal of the season, number 23, Easton Bradley. Assistant goal, number 9, Cole Richardson. Bradley from Richardson, even straight goal.
Thompson from Lemon. Thompson picks up his 10th of the year. Then Bradley picks up his 6th. Richardson and Lemon are the ones that are in on the assists on the play, and just like that, it's kind of a stale game, and then all of a sudden, before anyone could say Charlie Brown, it was 2-0 Minot United.
Well, that's all right. Minot's making the best of their chances. That's what you got to do. You make it count.
They have a chance here now as they carry in. Slind underneath the net, works it away far side. Back up at the line. Schmeichel's got it over on the far wing. Comes back to Slind now. Under 5 to play here in the opening period. Minot United leading 2-0 on the BNC Bank scoreboard. BNC.bank, locations in North Dakota and Arizona. Slid into the zone. Roughed up on the play just a bit there by Cade McCarthy. Comes back underneath the net now. It's in the feet of McCarthy. He's got it here as he moves it off away far side. Comes back to the line. Here's a drive, a whistler from the point. Sent in from Tate Thorson. And the stop is made as Devin Kemple goes down and hangs on to it. Faceoff will come back on his glove side with 4:29 left here in the opening period. Minot United leading 2-0 on the BNC Bank scoreboard. Not a bad crowd on hand here tonight inside the Pepsi rink at Mesa Arena. When you've got a venue that holds over 2,000 people, it can be real deceiving on how many people are actually here for a high school hockey matchup. Puck comes on the blocker side of Kemple. Firebirds trying to clear. L holds it in, sends it across the zone, back to the point. Voller dumps it off ahead now for Thompson. And Thompson, the D-man here for the Firebirds, sent it around the near wall where Hayden Volk and company are in there scrumming for it. And it is the Firebirds that come out with it here with DeVere. And DeVere moved it off, but right back the other way. We go now for Groves, and Groves retains possession of the puck, completes the body check, and sends it down underneath the goal. Groves still giving Devils Lake some fits here on that forecheck. It's taken and dumped into the offensive zone now by Thomas Connor. Back with it was Bradley. Make that Voller rather. 33, not 23. Now it's Groves trying to move it off. Turnover comes right in front. Shot came in. Weston Strummy, the one that you do not want to turn the puck over to, the leading point getter, one of the top producers in the state. Had a chance on Luke Richardson, and Richardson shut the door on him in a quick hurry there.
Read my mind. It was to say, don't let him. You don't want him in tight all alone. That's not. Let somebody else do it, but don't let Strummy. He's just, those guys will find a way. They make their chances.
22 points coming in 9 games. That's a pretty good clip, Matt. You know that if he's got the chance, he's
probably going to bury him.
Yeah, you don't want to. The odds are in his favor without a doubt. Nice play from Richardson to shut him down on that play. Here comes Thompson from Minot United. He entered the zone, but it's Devils Lake that sends it right back up. We're under 3 to play here in the opening period. Speaking of turnovers, Thompson got it. Then Thompson put a shot on goal. Netminder Kemple didn't like that. Now there's going to be penalties handed out here after the play.
Probably be maybe one from each, maybe. Okay, Minot took the short end of that one.
Oliver Thompson having the conversation here. There was a whistle on the play. Thompson got the puck into his possession.
It was a delayed offsides.
Is it delayed is what it was?
Yeah, he tagged up, but he left a little early. That's what it was.
That conversation continuing on here with the captains of both teams. Devin Blana having the conversation here. And it's going to be Thompson that ends up going in the box for Minot United. He got charged with shooting the puck after the whistle, an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty.
Yeah, you can see why goalies get a little wound up. They don't like that, but you have to. Sometimes it happens so quick. It's a whistle, then a split second later, it's a shot. They're tough, but that's just a bad break for Minot.
See that one both ways without a doubt. First power play of the game coming here for Devils Lake. I mean, realistically, to call it what it is, it's just lucky that Thompson didn't get mauled more on that play without a doubt.
Yeah, for sure.
Like you said, it was one of those bang plays where
it happened so quick. That could have gone either way.
Yeah, I don't think it was egregious by any means on Thompson's part. Here's a drive coming. Devils Lake's power play is dynamite, by the way, Matt. 38% on the man advantage. They've gone 14 for 37 on the campaign. They're deadly with the extra attacker on the ServPro power play. ServPro 24/7 emergency service, trained technicians and advanced technology at ServPro.
Yeah, that's a good clip. If you're anywhere over 20 in high school, I think any level, much less, to be in the 30s is that's something else. You don't want to. If you're Minot, don't make it a habit of getting in the box. Thompson's not. That's not his style of play. That's just kind of a bad break.
I was going to say, back in my day, I played goaltender. Ed Belfour was my favorite player of all time. Eddie was known for having a hot streak in him a little bit.
A little bit of a firecracker.
Yeah, there's a little bit of that. You UND guys, it seems like maybe it was Red Pepper that put that into you at times, or wherever that came.
It's possible. I think all goalies kind of have a little bit of a short fuse.
In on the drive. That one came in on the shorthanded chance. Nolan Knowles sent it in. Came to Schmeichel. Went through the 5-hole. Went down into the corner. We're down to 30 seconds remaining on the Firebird power play. Yeah, that would have ended. Nice job by Kemple, by the way, is kind of what I was getting to. Devin Kemple, the netminder, keeping his cool enough to not end up with a 2-minute call of his own right after Thompson had the shot after the whistle. Down to 1:07 to play here in the opening period. Serpro power play down to 10 seconds for the Firebirds. Oh, Richardson tried to backhand it out of the zone. Didn't get anything on it. Sent down in front. Oh, went just wide. Schumacher had the chance. Hopped over his tape. Thompson's out of the box for United. And now Minot will rush it out of their own end. Tripping call coming here. We're going to exchange power plays as the tripping will be charged here as Nick Christopher ended up on the ice, and into the sin bin for the Firebirds goes Thomas Connor. And Minot's Serpro power play comes out. A power play cooking for 14 of 49 on the year, which is 28%. Against the penalty kill here for Devils Lake that sits at 72%. Firebirds would like to raise that number just a bit without question. However, their power play has been deadly. Minot's power play is good as well at 28%. Delayed call coming here on the Firebirds.
Touch it. Let him touch it.
It's going to be a 5-on-3. Here's a backdoor feed. Trying to get it down underneath the net. Comes back away. Still a delayed call. Now they'll touch.
And you just want to let the other team touch it so you have more time on a 5-on-3.
Now it's a 5-on-3 Serpro power play coming here for Minot United with a 2-goal lead. The nightmare for Devils Lake on a Thursday night just got worse as that top unit for United stays out onto the ice surface. Into the box for the Firebirds goes number 2, Cole Thompson. 5-on-3 for the next minute 40 as we're down to 24 seconds left here in the opening period. Thompson up top, played catch with Richardson. Now Thompson sends it in, rebound out front. Then it's swept all the way down by Strummy. And Richardson will play this one back away down to Thompson. Cross check was the call. Kids cut him down. We're at 4 seconds now. 3, one more chance. Swept out in front. We are through one period of play here on a Thursday night in this East versus West showdown. Minot United's got themselves a 2-goal lead on the BNC Bank scoreboard. Matt and I will break this one down when we come back. Jerome's Collision Center first intermission reports comes up next. 2-0 United on top of Devils Lake at the end of 17 minutes. Is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
Our initial reaction when we realized he had 2 broken bones was fear. Then once we realized and got a plan with Trinity and our doctor, a lot of comfort.
He told me that he can fix my arm, and he showed me a lot of stuff that he could do to help me.
Trinity Health Orthopedics is as good as you can find anywhere in the country. A lot of us take pride in that, and that's why we stay here and we keep doing what we do.
Trinity Health, making more possible.
Every football fan has their Sunday routine. Maybe it's setting your lineup, firing up the grill, or claiming your spot on the couch. But the center of every Sunday is the drive. The morning drive home before kickoff. The drive to your buddy's watch party. Wherever you're headed, we can take you there.
When facing disaster, it's not just the things we lose, but the memories. But there's hope. ServPro, with decades of experience in Minot and Bismarck, is always ready. Our certified professionals don't just restore homes, they rebuild lives. Because to us, you're not just a client, you're family.
Breathe in.
I can't believe I wrecked my car.
There's some things in life we can't control. But what's important is how we respond. At Jerome's Collision Center, they provide the highest quality of service, assuring the job gets done stress-free and making it feel like a breath of fresh air. And to give you peace of mind, they handle the insurance.
Are you even a therapist?
Don't worry about it. Jerome's, they're the experts. Jerome's.
Why do I bank at First Western? Easy. They take care of their customers.
That's right, Carson. You may be number 11 on the field, but at First Western, you and our customers are never just a number.
First Western provides the best in customer service.
When our customers call with a question, we answer their call personally.
Now that's pro-level service.
Thanks, Carson. Professional, friendly, full-service banking is what you can count on at First Western.
First Western, you can bank on us.
It's time for this week's PSP Network Player Performance of the Week. Powered by the Aggie Foundation, Ryan Family Dealerships, and Minot State University. Congratulations to this week's nominees on Big Time Games. The votes are in, and this week's Player Performance of the Week belongs to... Make sure to like and follow the PSP Network on all social media platforms. And watch for next week's Player Performance of the Week. Powered by the Aggie Foundation, Ryan Family Dealerships, and Minot State University. PSP Network, it's game day.
The Aggie Foundation is a 501c3. Our mission is to really help out the communities that allow us in for charitable gaming.
We are so thankful for Aggie Foundation for giving us the $2,500.
I can't thank the Aggie Foundation enough for what they've done.
Aggie Foundation has been just a great partner for our community.
Some of these programs wouldn't be able to continue on without funding from programs like this.
We're always looking for new partners, new communities to be in. So if we can make an impact in that community, we will.
When facing disaster, it's not just the things we lose, but the memories. But there's hope. ServPro, with decades of experience in Minot and Bismarck, is always ready. Our certified professionals don't just restore homes, they rebuild lives. Because to us, you're not just a client, you're family.
The foundation of the financial planning approach at Legacy Financial Partners is a personal relationship. Our unique and collaborative approach to financial planning starts with your dreams, not just the numbers. We will work with you regularly to take action to update your plan as your needs evolve, recommending products and services that are right for your situation.
Jerome's Collision Center first intermission report here from the Pepsi rink at Mesa Arena. Nick Holberg alongside of Matt Morelli here on the call tonight from the Pepsi rink at Mesa Arena. Jerome's Collision Center brings you our first intermission that finds Minot United up by a score of 2-0 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. By the way, Jerome's, they know accidents happen. It's part of life. At Jerome's, our goal is to help get you and your car back on the road. It's a goal that focuses us to do more than fix your vehicle. They've been doing it for a long time, folks. 1975 is when that started. Jerome's Collision Center brings you the intermission report. Nick Holberg once again alongside of Matt Morelli from here at the Pepsi rink at Mesa Arena. Big thanks to our friends at Prairie Grit. They hooked us up with some new Prairie Grit hats. These are sharp, aren't they? Oh, here, I got you muted. There you go.
Wow, I like them.
Yeah.
Thanks to Chad Richardson and the gang.
Yeah, I can't thank those guys enough. Prairie Grit, what a fantastic organization that is. Adaptive sports here in the Magic City. That's something that's really special, isn't it?
Those kids are, I think a lot of people in Minot don't realize the impact that Prairie Grit program has on Chad Thompson. Chad and his wife have built that organization up. Started from zero, and now you've got them moving into the building like the YMCA building, and they're just getting bigger and bigger, which is great for Minot. Any of those kids that are in that program, I think they're awfully lucky.
Yeah, without question. 2-0 at the end of one period of play. Time for our game reset, brought to you by DriveRyan.com. Browse your massive inventory online, DriveRyan.com. Locations in Minot and Williston. Highlights from the opening frame. There were some chances on both sides in this hockey game. Shots are 8-5 United. Minot had the better of the chances. However, the first goal of the game came at 6:15. Oliver Thompson, 10th of the year. Lemon was the one that got the original assist on that play, but Richardson, after watching it back, clearly should have a helper as well. Then how about that play? Bradley from Richardson. Bang, bang, boom. 2-0 United. One more highlight to show. This resulted in a penalty on Thompson. Those are the only highlights to show you of the opening period. And on the Ryan Family Dealerships game rewind, you see Minot is up by a score of 2-0. Power plays in the opening period. Devils Lake went 0 for 1 on the advantage in the first. Minot United's going to have power play time here to start the second, a 5-on-3. They took it off the clock here, so I don't know the exact time.
I was just thinking the same thing. One of them's got a minute 15, and the other one's got about a minute 30, so they've got lots of time to work with.
Plenty of time on that ServPro power play coming up. Matt, what was your big takeaway from the opening period of play? What does have Minot United up by a score of 2, Rip?
I think it was a good period. Like you said, first 7 minutes there wasn't a whistle, so it was pretty wide open play. I think Devils Lake had a couple nice chances too. Richardson came up big. The Devils Lake missed the net on one. So it could easily, put it this way, it's a lot closer than a 2-0 game. Minot buried their chances, and that's what you got to do. I think this Devils Lake, they've got to kill this 5-on-3 off. Concentrate on one at a time, kill the first one, but you can't keep taking penalties against Minot. Minot's power play rate is fantastic too, so don't give them any more opportunities on the power play. And Devils Lake's got they got a great power play too. They have had a lot of success there, so you don't want to. I don't think you want to get in a special teams battle, but again, I think if you're Devils Lake, let's like they said, they've got to settle down, stay out of the penalty box. When you're shorthanded, the last thing you want to do is take another one and go down 5-on-3. Those are just, oh my gosh, the coaches, they just look at themselves and think, wow, is it a Monday? But you have to, like, we talk about consistent play. You're in January. All these games become so important, not necessarily tonight because it's a non-conference, but still, you want to get in good habits, being consistent, getting these guys the experience of play, being coming to play every night. You got to bring your best game every night, because if you don't, somebody is going to, everybody wants to they want to come in and knock you off, especially when you're on the road. There's nothing better when you're on the road and you come into somebody's rink and you can quiet them down and you can shut them down. Gosh, that does such wonders for your confidence. Minot, like I said, get back to normal. They had probably, I don't know if it was a wake-up call the other night against Williston, but we know that Minot has more talent. They're just deeper. So maybe that was like, okay, you guys, we can't just show up and turn the switch on and off when we want to play. We got to be ready every game.
Yeah, there's so much to be said about that as well. Not overlooking an opponent and giving a full 51 minutes. Will it happen here tonight? We've got ourselves a 2-0 score at the end of one. Still 3 minutes away from the start of the second. Devils Lake is on the ice surface, still awaiting the arrival of the Magi, of United, I should say. There, I made my first Minot High call tonight, I think, that I can recall.
Yeah, you made it into the second period almost.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, doing my best here. I'm sure I'll get an email about it.
Well, that's all right. I mean, it's a tough transition when you've all these years of Minot High Magicians. Now you've got a different name, different. They said they looked. I don't think the jerseys are that much different, but I like them. They've got this kind of more stripes on the top. I think it's a good look, but saying United all the time is just, you're just not used to that.
Oh, just wait. Tomorrow night I got Minot High against Minot North tomorrow night in high school hoops. Let's tell you about our player performance of the week, brought to you by Minot State University. Be seen, be heard, be you. Minot State, along with the Aggie Foundation and Ryan Family Dealerships. They bring you the player performance of the week each and every week on the PSP Network. This week, Dawson Gus, Bondo basketball, Ty Barman, the freshman from Ray, Jordan Rude. Boy, she lit it up for Bismarck High the other night. Lily Bell could be on this list every single week, it seems. And Easton Bradley from Minot United Hockey are all on the list here this week. You can vote for the player performance of the week on the PSP Network social media platforms. Schedule tomorrow. Mandan and Dickinson. Girls and boys high school basketball. That boys game one's a marquee matchup. Minot High, Minot North tomorrow. Minot High's favored in both of those. Legacy and Century could be good. Century favored in both. However, Legacy girls and boys are in the conversation for receiving votes inside the media poll. And Velma and MLS tomorrow night, all on the PSP Network. Hope you join us for another action-packed night tomorrow on the PSP Network. Well, we're just ahead of the start of the second. We'll come back, face off our second frame. Minot United 2, Devils Lake nothing. Second period starts next.
To introduce the fabulous edition of the Master Spas line, including the phenomenal Michael Phelps Swim Spas. Enjoy the relaxing health benefits and enjoy 0% financing up to 72 months or up to $5,000 off on all spas. You'll also find $2,000 off the MSRP on all pools, swim spas, and saunas. Come see for yourself the outstanding lineup of Master Spas, including the Michael Phelps Swim Spa.
Well, we apologize to Magic City Home Leisure. However, they had time on the clock, and of course, abracadabra, just like that, they pulled it off, and we're underway here for the second. Minot United on the power play, and a 5-on-3 Serve Pro man advantage for the next 55 seconds. Puck comes up top here for United now as they work it down into the corner. It's going to be sent up here, tried to feed that one out front, did United, but it's taken and sent all the way out of the zone. Down behind Richardson it comes. And we're down to 35 seconds on the Serve Pro 5-on-3 advantage. Richardson up into the neutral ice zone like a Sunday stroll. Waiting now, sends it out front. Christopher was there on the doorstep. Didn't get all of it. Taken here by the Birds, and they're going to send it out again. Back into neutral ice territory. That's Strummy, the leading point getter. causing some havoc down in deep. Strummy's going to take the puck from Thompson. Richardson comes in and helps out. And it's going to be picked up now by Bradley, who takes it across his own blue line. Delivers off to Thompson. Devils Lake now one man down here in just a moment. The drive comes in. Save, rebound. Netminders out of the net. Comes away back up to the point. Thompson has it again. Now Thompson being hounded here a bit. 10 seconds on the Serve Pro 5-on-3 remaining as it comes back to Bradley. Now Thompson. Bradley again. Bradley sends it underneath the goal line. Back over to Christopher. Comes away to Richardson. Devils Lake full strength. One-timer out in front. Oh, that was a howitzer of a shot from Bradley on the one-time give and go.
Nice save.
But the stop was made.
Yeah, he's getting tested. Except you got 5-on-3. Your goalie, he needs to do it. Stand on his head pretty much.
Gempel keeping the score 2-0 here on the BNC Bank scoreboard. 15-19 left here in the second. There's one thing I would change about what we do at the Pepsi rink or high school hockey in general. Just let that clock run out. That's all I would ask. I mean, it's just a simple request. I know the boys are ready to get going here. Or maybe you'd think after all these years of being on the call for PSP Network and producing the show from right here at the rink that we would know just not to take a commercial break before game time. That'd probably be the easier solution, Matt.
Well, sometimes simple doesn't always work, but oh well, leave it at that.
Puck comes back away here in the offensive zone for the Firebirds. Off the wall, top of the circle, going to work on it now. This is Riggin. Nash Riggin brings it out front. Oh, here's a drive that came in. Bad save after Hayden Volk blasted it on goal on Richardson, his 6th shot of the game. Devils Lake on the rush, back into Minot United territory. Hayden Volk drifts it down into the corner, taken by Holland, trying to feed it over to Schmeichel. There's a drive out front. Oh, that one went just wide. Turned on goal. Richardson makes the save, comes back into the hands here on the near wall. Nash Riggin again, good shift for him. He'll send it down into the corner. Hopped over the tape there of Thomas Connor. Connor's got it back now from Gretzky's office, works it up. Here's a drive, he shoots and scores.
That's a tough break for Richardson. I don't think he's got a good eye on that puck. It's tough, you know, a lot of traffic in front. You got some big guys down there, and that's a tough for a goalie. You don't get a good look at it. You're just basically hoping it hits you.
Into the back of the net it goes. A 2-1 hockey game now on the BNC Bank scoreboard. We'll wait for Duffy Doback on the official call inside the Pepsi rink. This game just got a little bit more interesting here, Matt.
Boy, I'd say so. Worst lead in hockey. 2 goals.
Puck comes back away underneath the Firebird net. Here's the scoring summary for Devils Lake. Thompson from Swenson. Thompson picking up goal number 1 on the campaign.
Big save by Richardson. Sorry, they just say that's what you got to do. You're a goaltender. One squirts out in the slot like that, you got to come out and challenge him. That's exactly what you did. You need to. If he's going to beat you, you at least make it tough on that shooter.
Always important to make the next one after you get one up as well.
You read my mind. I was going to say, get something under your belt. You're feeling all right.
Puck comes back away here off the draw. Richardson has a save. Big hit down in the corner there as Cole Richardson laid the body down. It comes back away to Lemon underneath the net. Lemon trying to feed it over to Hagenau. Now Hagenau will start the motor up to center. Hagenau moves it off. Here comes Bradley. He's got a goal in the hockey game. So does Thompson. Fed it out front, but it caroms all the way back up into the neutral ice territory. Cole Richardson's back out there to retrieve here. Now Richardson snakes his way through. Minot's got the rush. Hagenau tripped over the blue line. Puck comes back into the zone. All the way up at the line. Lemon will take it here. Comes away now to Thompson, center slot. Thompson surveys, trying to go back to Hagenau. Comes back to Thompson. Then it's Stick checked on out of there by McCarthy, and the puck comes back up to center where it's taken here by Lemon, who sends it back underneath the Devils' like net. Some real estate there for the Firebirds. Sent back into Minot territory. Luke Richardson out of the net to play it. Sweeps it away far side. Trying to get it over to Brady Gross. Now it's going to be taken and sent off the wall near wing by Nick Christopher all the way down on the icing. 12:07 left here in the second. That icing is brought to you by our friends at Farstead Oil. Farstead Oil proudly helping with our mission of promoting local athletes here on the PSP network. Farstead Oil, proudly in business since 1938 for your DEF needs, mobile lubricants, wholesale fuel. Farstead Oil can help. Serving the region for a long, long time. It's Farstead Oil. Back behind Richardson. Holland on the wall. So was Michael L. Scrumming forward here. Lead pass is going to come into the hands of Gross now as he takes it underneath the goal line. Gross lays the body here on the near side wing. Comes back away. Christopher back behind the net. Hits the brakes. Comes to Michael L. Fires on. Oh, that was a tricky one there. The stop is made by the Devils like netminder Kemple. And it comes back away underneath the cage where Christopher continues to battle forward here. Going toe-to-toe there with Riggin. D-man without a stick here. That's Thompson for Devils Lake. He's got the goal for the Firebirds if you're just joining us. Minot led 2-0 at the end of the first. Devils Lake has the lone goal here in the second. This one's going to come all the way down. This will be an icing.
It's not a bad whistle for Devils Lake to take. Devils Lake stepped it up this period. They came out. I think they came out with a little more aggressive style that start of that first 4 or 5 minutes of this second period, which is good. You need to see what they're made of a little bit. They had to. I mean, there wasn't a bad first period by any means, but they've definitely increased their. I think their forecheck has gotten a lot better this second period.
Not the longest trip of the year for the Firebirds by any means. Straight across on Highway 2. A 2-hour drive from Devils Lake to the Magic City. Sent out in front. Oh, that was a nice play. DeVere had the chance, but it went just wide off of his opportunity. Back at the line. Sent in. Richardson sticks it. Shots are now 13-9. Minot United still has the advantage. Puck comes underneath the goal now from Thomas Connor. Work back away. Schmeichel trying to clear it out. Now it's going to be taken here by Nolan Knowles. He'll start the motor. Knowles will carry up into the offensive zone. Fires in. And Kemple goes down. He'll hang on to it. You're 10-12 to play in the second. Still 2-1 Minot United on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. I want to give a big thank you to our friends at Valcyclery, locally owned and operated downtown Minot since 1960. They have a full line, of e-bikes that they service right there in their shop, sharpening center for knives, scissors, chainsaw blades, and more. They also have a fitness center with treadmills, ellipticals, recumbents, you name it, Valcyclery. Downtown Minot, big thanks for their continued support on the PSP network.
Love that store. Great bikes.
You have a buyer? Are you a biker?
Well, bought a lot of mountain bikes there. We'll see Rory and those guys. They're great.
Puck comes back away to the Firebirds now as they carry out of their own end. Moline will take it, trying to feed it out front. Centers it on there, and then Thompson takes it away, and now it's going to be taken here by Bradley. Moves it off ahead, and the puck comes back away down to the Firebirds here with Moline. Up at center. Oh, boy, that was a big boy hit, but it wasn't legal. Richardson's going to go to the box. Charging, possibly the call. It is. As Cole Richardson ends up with the sin bin. Another look at this one on the Ryan Family Dealerships replay. Now you just caught the tail end of it.
Well, that's tough. That's a nice hit, but interference. That's kind of an easy call for a referee. And Cole Richardson plays a physical style. That's kind of his game. Physical, really good, smooth with the puck, and that's okay. You don't mind seeing that. He's setting the tone. If you're going to get by him, you're going to pay the price.
Puck up at the line now here on the near side for Strummy, excuse me. Puck comes back away. Now to Strummy. Shuffles down to the corner. Back it comes from Levers. Now Strummy again. Back at the point. Devils Lake's power plays deadly, folks. 38% of the time they bury. However, they're 0 for 1 in this hockey game. Second attempt on the Servpro power play. Puck's loose out in front of the blue paint. Still loose. The scrum continues. Richardson has it in the blocker hand. He picks it up and the whistle blows.
I think when you have those ones in the crease and you can't find it, you're just praying the goalie just freezes it, just get a whistle. But sometimes there's so many bodies and skates and sticks, he's looking for the puck and it's bouncing around and you don't want to give up a crappy, tough break on those. Just find it and get the whistle.
Servpro power play for the next minute 19 here for the Firebirds. Strummy up top. Backhand dish, far side, turning and firing towards the net. That one from Riggin just missed. Then Thompson clears it out and it comes all the way back into Firebird territory. The art of the catch and shoot, or the one-timer, it can be made to look real easy. However, it is just not that easy as some make it seem. Short-handed, Thompson's in with it. He'll turn and fire off the shoulder. It goes of Kemple. And now the Firebirds have a 3-on-2, make it a 4-on-2 back the other way on the power play here. Drop back, Thompson got a stick on it for a moment. Down to the corner it comes. Sent out front, Richardson made a stick save. Taken by L now, and L will shuffle it back up the wall. Far side point, handled by Volk. He'll get it back on the give and go. They play catch with it here with Levers. Levers now surveys, back up top. Volk one-timer right in on Richardson. He'll hang on to it. And the Minot United netminder makes save number 12 on shot number 13 here in this hockey game.
Well, Minot has such a big shot advantage, and now you take a power play where you're getting a bunch of shots, and you even it up quick. At Devils Lake, you're on the power play. You're just looking to set it up and look for that ideal shot in the slot. That's what you want.
Down to 15 seconds of Servpro power play time. Richardson, one of the top defensemen, one of the captains for United, still in the box. Here's an odd angle shot, went off of his brother Luke Richardson, the netminder. Bouncing puck comes into the center slot. Now United's going to have a chance here. Richardson's out of the box, but the puck is just pushed to center by Holland. A lot of falling players in this hockey game tonight, hasn't there been?
Lost some edges or something out there.
It's been on both sides, too, so it can't be sand to the bench on either side, I wouldn't think. You ever run into any gamemanship in your hockey days like that where you got sanded out on the bench, Matt?
No, but sometimes you'd be walking around, and if the rubber mat would be out of place and guys weren't watching where they're going. They'd step on the concrete and oh gosh, they just panic. You just have to, these days, everybody has an extra set of steel, which is kind of nice.
Times have changed without a doubt.
Yeah, exactly. Equipment's so much better.
6:40 left here in the second. 2-1, United on top of Devils Lake. Minot's penalty kill has been as good as Devils Lake's power play on the campaign. 93% for United coming into the game here tonight. And any time that you're floating at that rate, things are going well with your specialty teams. Here's a drive. Came in. That one fired high off the mask of the netminder Kemple from Danielson. Comes back away down to Schmeichel underneath the net. And the puck comes back up to neutral now where Voller gets a handle on it with a backhand. Voller will send it in. One thing about United that you see here in this 25-26 campaign, and it's been this way now here at Minot for the past few years. Danielson takes it away. Danielson's going to walk down with it. Odd angle shot fired off the catching mid. Kemple made the save. Now Bradley back to the point. Voller. Minot's buzzing a bit here. Back to that comment, to that conversation. Minot runs the lines. They certainly look to wear you down throughout games. They've got the depth to do so. Here's one of the top producers in the state down on Richardson. And Strummy was robbed on the play.
Nice save by Richardson there. The play had been mostly in Devils Lake's end. That's what you got to do. You got to stay warm back there. Don't lose your focus and be ready. And sure enough, puck squirts out to Strummy, and that's one guy you got to know at all times where he's at.
22 points on the season coming in to this matchup here tonight. He's been a stud without question on this campaign. You look at where he stands in the state of North Dakota right now, number 7 amongst all the scorers in North Dakota in the top 10 category. Richardson's done a nice job of holding him at bay here this evening. This will be an icing here on United. Puck comes all the way down to the other end of the ice surface. That icing brought to you by our friends at the Aggie Foundation. Vote each week for the PSP Network Player Performance of the Week, brought to you by the Aggie Foundation. Player Performance of the Week we found on our social media platforms, Instagram, X, and Facebook. We'll release that tomorrow. If you're a Minot United fan, Easton Bradley is up for that award. Better head on over and vote right now and just comment on who you think the player is. Here's a drive. Oh, Richardson might have just made the save of the game. He came sliding over. He got the catching mitt up, and the Minot United goaltender says, I don't think so.
Oh, Devil's Lake's getting some nice looks. I mean, that's what you want. You just have to try to pop one. But Richardson's, he's coming up big. That's what you got to do. Make some of those saves that you probably wouldn't necessarily make.
Goalie glove guy brings you the save of the game. They take your gloves from bricks to butter. The goalie glove guy, located right here in North Dakota. If you're a goaltender, I highly recommend visiting the goalie glove guy. Nothing worse than getting a new goalie catching mitt, or even one that you've broken in for a while that just doesn't close the right way. That's what the goalie glove guy specializes in. Find him on all social media platforms. Back up to the point. Unable to hold it in here was United, so the puck will come back up at center, and it's dumped back in from Tate Thorson. Thorson sent it underneath the net. L gives chase to it down in deep. L's got the puck again, and now L's going to take his time with it here. Shuffled it back in to Groves, and it's taken by the Firebirds, and out of the zone they come with it. Thorson at center. Nick Christopher touched it, but he was offsides, and the stop of the play brings us down to 4:15 left here in the second period. Minot United still hanging on to a 2-1 lead here on the BNC Bank scoreboard. However, the shots have now evened themselves up at 17-16 on the BNC Bank scoreboard. What's it been for Devils Lake here in the second period that has made this game a little bit more in reach for them, do you think?
Well, anytime you're on the road, you just, like I said, keep it within reach. Keep it close. You still have it. You always give yourself a chance. That's all you need, because late in the game, it just, hockey, that's just a one shot. You tied it.
Back up at the line, Richardson fired, hit traffic. Bouncer comes back up into the neutral ice zone. Now it's Nolan Knowles that takes it away. Transitions off to Slind. Offsides is the call. And that offsides is brought to you by Planet Pizza. Proudly serving the Magic City for over 25 years. It's Planet Pizza. Lunch buffet Monday through Friday. They also deliver. Call 701-852-1700. They'll deliver tonight here in the Magic City. It's Planet Pizza. I highly recommend the Blue Buffalo Pizza at Planet Pizza.
Maybe we need to talk to Tony about delivering one during the game one night.
Did I tell you that they named one after me, the Uncle Nick?
No.
It's the Cousin Joe, but without Canadian bacon. It's pepperoni instead. And boy,
Okay.
Try the Uncle Nick. It's a hidden menu.
I'm sure you and I would probably enjoy it.
Yeah. Well, there wouldn't be any left after it was all said and done. I promise you that much. Puck comes back away on the near side wall here for the Firebirds. Levers. Got it to Strummy. Now it's backhanded forward. Comes back away now to Bradley. He went to Richardson. Transition back the other direction. United brings it back in. Here's Bradley with it. Fired it towards the net. Knocked down there by Hayden Volk. We go the other way now here for Levers. Taken now by Thompson. Delay call coming here. Minot United, and a slashing is called. And into the box goes Cole Richardson.
That's a tough call. I mean, that's just, you're stepping up. I mean, that's what you want to do. You're a D. You step up and force that guy to do something. That's a close call. I could have gone either way. I like Cole's. I like his thinking there. It's just a kind of I guess it's just a that's a tough one to swallow sometimes. But his intentions are right. Force that guy to make a play. The guy got his head down.
Time for the Serve Pro power play for Devils Lake. Again, their second Serve Pro advantage here of the second period. They're 0 for 2 at this point in the hockey game. Strumming sends it towards the net. Scrumming forward here on the near side wall. It's going to be sent up by Thorson, but it's held by the Firebirds. Strumming off the wall again. Works it back away. Far side wing. Comes into the hands of Riggin. Riggin moves it up top. Comes to the line. Boleen sends it in. That one went wide. Scrum continues on the far side wall. Taken by Levers. Back to Boleen. Puck knocked away. Minot United had a chance to clear it. Broken stick for Nick Christopher on the play. He went to the bench for a change, and now Strummy will start the motor at center. He can wheel. He comes into the zone with it. Stick handles on the blocker side. Sent out front. Oh, how about that hit on the play? Wow. Holland sends Levers down to the ice. That was a big boy hit. Puck's fired up by Kemple. The netminder moved it off to center. Short-handed is United. Oliver Thompson causing some trouble here for the Firebird Serve Pro power play. That's down to 45 seconds. Lemon had it just for a moment. Now Vohler's going to give chase here in the corner. Then Vohler fired it off of traffic. Comes back underneath the goal line. In on Richardson. He'll go down and hang on to it.
Good play. Just take the whistle. You don't have to do anything fancy.
Another look at this hit on the Ryan Family Dealerships replay. DriveRyan.com. Browser massive inventory.
Yeah, it was good shoulder. Caught him with his head down.
Kind of like that old school stuff a bit, don't you?
I think you need it in every game. That's what hockey's about. It's a physical sport. Don't think you're going to get hit, you probably better find something different.
Yeah, different sport probably.
Yep.
Everybody's mom and dad signed the permission slip for him to be here, 1:06 left here in the second. 2-1. Minot's got the lead on the BNC Bank scoreboard. 10 seconds approaching here on the Serve Pro power play for Devils Lake. Here's a drive into the catching mitt of Richardson. It goes. He'll hang on to it. Speaking of old school hockey, how about those two gentlemen sitting at the bar rail up top? It's Gary Sampson and John Willard. A couple legends in the Minot hockey program. They were the coaching duo for the Magi. 1992 was a good year for those gentlemen. They won the first ever state title for a West Region team.
Old veterans.
Couple veterans right there. The Mad Dog, they used to call them. Great guys as well, by the way. I'm sure they could tell you some Devils Lake Minot High hockey history.
I think this guy's got a lot of stories.
35 seconds left here in the second. Comes in on Richardson again. He'll hang on to it. 31.4 now left here in the middle frame. It's actually Colt Anderson that's standing there talking to those gentlemen. Colton played for Gary and John Willard back in the early 2000s, my time frame.
Got to be around your time.
03 graduate of Minot High. He was a player, boy, let me tell you. Off the draw, Richardson makes the stop. Comes away now to Slind, and Slind will try to move it out of the zone. All right, kids, get ready to count them down. We're at 19 seconds to play in the period. Here's Richardson, coast to coast, comes in front. Back up top to Lemon with it here. He'll fire towards the net. All right, count them down. We're at 10 seconds to play. Down to 7, 6, now 5. Puck comes back away to Schmeichel. They need to hurry with it. Comes away to Slind. He tries to get the shot off. And the period comes to a close. Well, we talked about it being one that could be a marquee matchup tonight on a competitive scale, and it certainly has not disappointed. 2-1 hockey game with the shots now 18-17 favoring Devils Lake. Third period should be a good one. We'll break down the first and the second when we come back with our Jerome's Collision Center intermission report. Is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
Our initial reaction when we realized he had 2 broken bones was fear. Then once we realized and got a plan with Trinity and our doctor, a lot of comfort.
He told me that he can fix my arm, and he showed me a lot of stuff that he could do to help me.
Trinity Health Orthopedics is as good as you can find anywhere in the country. A lot of us take pride in that, and that's why we stay here and we keep doing what we do.
Trinity Health, making more possible.
Every football fan has their Sunday routine. Maybe it's setting your lineup, firing up the grill, or claiming your spot on the couch. But the center of every Sunday is the drive. The morning drive home before kickoff. The drive to your buddy's watch party. Wherever you're headed, we can take you there.
When facing disaster, it's not just the things we lose, but the memories. But there's hope. ServPro, with decades of experience in Minot and Bismarck, is always ready. Our certified professionals don't just restore homes, they rebuild lives. Because to us, you're not just a client, you're family.
Breathe in.
I can't believe I wrecked my car.
There's some things in life we can't control. But what's important is how we respond. At Jerome's Collision Center, they provide the highest quality of service, assuring the job gets done stress-free and making it feel like a breath of fresh air. And to give you peace of mind, they handle the insurance.
Are you even a therapist?
Don't worry about it. Jerome's, they're the experts. Jerome's.
At SunTracker, we know the most precious memories are those spent together. From sharing the joys of fishing, to watching the grandkids wipe out on a tube, spending the day just relaxing with your significant other, or laughing away the evening with your friends. These are the moments you'll remember forever, and they're all made possible by SunTracker.
Find the full lineup at Swenson RV and Marine in Minot and Bismarck, or online, swensonrv.com.
Not everyone starts their day at the same time or in the same way. But no matter when or how, Ferendry Electric Cooperative is there to help power every moment of it in countless ways. Because whenever it starts, one thing is certain: we never stop. Ferendry Electric Cooperative is a Touchstone Energy Cooperative, your source for power and information.
If you're in the Minot area and looking for a rental, start here. I just moved and had no idea where to begin, but then I found Creative Property Management. They've got the most listings in town: apartments, townhomes, even single-family homes. They made it easy, helped me find a place that felt like home, and their 24/7 maintenance means no stress. Whether you're new to the area or just ready for a change, book a tour with CPM today.
We often think of frontiers as pages in a history book, a time gone by. But even in this modern world, there are new frontiers to conquer. Whether you're tending the land to grow a better tomorrow or growing a business for new opportunities, the work you do powers the world. Exploring the frontier means stepping forward, shaping the future for yourself and for those around you. First International Bank and Trust, helping you live first, one step at a time.
Why have so many people made Dakota Square Arco their favorite convenience store? It could be the quality of the Arco fuel, the great selection of snacks, drinks, and convenience items, the amazing touchless car wash, including their monthly car wash club, the clean restrooms, or the free air. Most of all, it's the warm, friendly customer service. See for yourself at Dakota Square Arco, 1520 24th Avenue Southwest in Minot.
AE Construction Management and General Contracting builds more than structures. They build confidence. Your trusted partner in commercial construction across North Dakota, they handle everything from planning to final delivery. Whether it's steel, industrial, or retail, AECM builds with precision and safety. Their hands-on approach keeps your project on time and on budget. Build better with AECM. Call Tim at 701-818-0099 or visit aeconstructionmanagement.com.
2-1 hockey game at the end of 2 periods played. Welcome into our Jerome's Collision Center intermission report. Jerome's Collision Center located on North Broadway in the Magic City. They'll get you and your vehicle back on the road. Nothing worse than having to take the vehicle to the body shop. Really, it's not the body shop that's the issue. It's being without the wheels, and Jerome's knows that, so they get you back on the road in such a quick way. They service the vehicle to make sure you can get your life back in order at Jerome's Collision Center. They bring you the intermission report here in an East First West showdown tonight where United leads Devils Lake 2-1, but this one is far from over tonight, folks. Third period comes up next. It should be a good one, but first the recap of the second and the first. Nick Holberg and Matt Morelli here on the call. Matt, overall, your thoughts on this hockey game as we watch the game reset, brought to you by DriveRyan.com.
It's been a good game, good battle out there tonight. You knew Devils Lake had to come out strong that second. They did. The first 4 or 5 minutes of that second, I think they controlled the play. They kind of took it to Minot. They had Minot pinned in their zone, and I don't know if Minot was quite ready for that. I don't know if they didn't expect it. They just maybe thought, 2-goal lead, we're sitting pretty good. And Devils Lake came out fire, and they just said, we've got to be more aggressive. We've got to start probably hitting more, especially in the offensive zone to create some offensive chances. And good overall period, back and forth, some great saves by both sides.
Both goaltenders have been good, without a doubt. Shots are 18-17. It ended 2-0 at the end of one. Here's the highlights in the second. The only goal to report is right there. It was Thompson scoring his first of the year. Physicality has not lacked here in this hockey game. The next couple highlights you'll see are some Don Cherry, rock'em sock'em type of plays and some goaltender saves in this one as well in this contest. Back and forth it's been here on a Thursday night on the PSP Network. Strummy's had himself a game. He's heating up. You're going to see quite a bit of him coming up here in this third period of play. No question about that. I would have to think that the bench might shorten up just a little bit for Devils Lake here in this third period. How about Richardson? A couple big-time plays here in this hockey game. A couple big stops for him. Here's this hit that we were talking about just a moment ago. I do believe coming here. Hello. Gotta love seeing that rough and tumble type of play. That was Minot's key to the game for me tonight. Physicality. Second chances was the key to the game for Devils Lake. I think both have executed that game plan fairly well here tonight. Is there one thing on either side that can really change the tempo here tonight that you see in this hockey game from the X's and O's?
No, I think you just, both teams just be smart in your own end. You always talk about play in your own zone, the defensive zone. You got to be smart in your own zone. No, you can't have those turnovers. I mean, you're in doubt sometimes. You just have to chip it off the glass, get it out, take the pressure off your own zone, and that's a chance to regroup. You don't always have to make the best play coming out, but just make the smart play, and you get in those good habits, because you start to see better teams and teams that are more aggressive on the forecheck. It gets a little tougher coming out of your own zone.
Should be a fun third period, no doubt about that. Game reset brought to you by DriveRyan.com. Browse our massive inventory online at DriveRyan.com. It's Ryan Family Dealerships. Oliver Thompson from Minot United scored his 10th of the year in the first period, assisted by Jace Lemon and Cole Richardson. Then it was Richardson that set up Easton Bradley to make it 2-0 at the end of one. Devils Lake got the lone goal in the second. It was Thompson's first of the year. Power plays in the hockey game. Devils Lake's had 3 of them. They've been unsuccessful on the night. Minot United, excuse me, I did it again. I'm only doing it at intermission now. At least we got it dialed down to that.
You're doing pretty good, I think.
Yeah,
I would be saying it a lot more than that.
We're getting better at it.
That's tough. That's right. That's a hard switch.
Only 2 power plays in the game for United so far. They're 0 for 2. It was a carryover 5-on-3 Serpro power play from the first to the second, but unsuccessful. are both power play units here in this contest. We're about 4 minutes away from the start of our second frame. We'll face it off when we come back here on the PSP Network. It's a good one. 2-1. United leads Devils Lake here on the BNC Bank scoreboard.
Is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
Since 2003, the architects and engineers at Ackerman Esvold have been enhancing everyday life. From response times to commute times, we've helped create critical infrastructure, enhancing highway safety, flood protection, and public education. And we're no stranger to enhancing fun, family outings, and even game time. Ackerman Esvold, working to enhance your everyday life.
Two-on hockey game at the start of the third period of play. Big thanks again to Jerome's Collision Center bringing you our intermission report. Once again, don't forget to go vote for this week's Player Performance of the Week. It's your last call. This will get released tomorrow. Those votes will be counted up in the morning. Player Performance of the Week brought to you by Minot State, Ryan Family Dealerships, and the Aggie Foundation. Easton Bradley up for that award here this week. He's in this hockey game. He's got a goal in the contest. Nick Holberg, Matt Morelli on the call. Minot United's in white. Devils Lake is in black. United's got a one-goal lead to start the third period, and we are officially underway. This has been a good hockey game here tonight with a cross-state rivalry, the East versus West showdown. Puck's taken back into the Minot United end where Richardson gives chase to it, and he sends it up the wall where he went off to Bradley. Got it away now to Lemon. Lemon fights for it on the wall. Here's Bradley with it here. He's going to spin back into the corner. Now he looks up to center. Lead pass, tried to feed it off to Hagenau. That one comes all the way down. It will be an icing. And the faceoff will come back on the blocker side of Richardson. That icing brought to you by our friends at Minot State University. The best way to predict your future is to create it. Be seen, be heard, be you. Minot State, where more than 96% of recent college grads are either employed or continuing their education. MSU grads get jobs, period. And the UPS store. For your packing, shipping, and printing needs, it's the UPS store. Located in the Marketplace Foods Plaza. Here comes United in offensive territory, but the puck is swept away. Now it's Levers that gets it up here to Strummy, and Strummy will move it back to Levers on the far side, but Danielson takes it away, and now Danielson carries it in. Here's Danielson trying for the toe drag on the play, but it was interrupted by Thompson, who's got the lone goal for the Firebirds in the game. Minot scored back-to-back goals in the opening period. Minot had a big shot advantage in that opening frame as well. It looked like United was going to be off to the races. What's the call coming here?
I think a trip.
Puck comes back away now here to Holland, and Holland will have it up top. Looked like just a body check to me. Puck comes back away.
He took his feet out from under, and you can't do that.
Here's Holland to drive. He shoots and scores.
Oh, that's one way to make it hurt.
Holland from the point puts it into the back of the net. Fourth goal of the year for Blake Holland. And Minot United leads 3-1 on the BNC Bank scoreboard. Talk about a twisted wrister from up there. He had that thing cocked and loaded. He let it go, and it ends up in the back of the net. United's got a 2-goal lead. Puck comes back away on the far side wall. Take it here by United again. Comes back away down to Holland. He's got the most recent goal here. Fourth of the year for the young man. We'll wait for the assists on the play. Minot United back in. On the rush, they're going to carry down here with Kilmer. Stop is made there. Up into the protective mesh it goes. Here's Duffy Dobek. Well, it's Holland unassisted for Minot United. They lead 3-1 now on the BNC Bank scoreboard. Don't you love being an official? You just get hammered on by not only the fans, but and Holbert's got his opinion on it up here.
That's a tough job. I think we do pretty good with the refs. We don't, they got a job to do too. We don't always agree with them, but I don't think we're hard on them.
I think we talk about it all the time that there's just a bitterness with the way that the game has changed in a sense. Old school guys like me like that rough and tumble game. However, you have to complete the hits legally, and they happen in bang-bang plays. Nothing but respect for the officials on the ice surface and all across the league from all of us here at PSP Network. Puck comes back away here inside the blue line. Comes all the way back out into the neutral ice territory. Voller has to go back into his own end to retrieve. Now it's going to be sent back up the wall, and it comes all the way back into the Firebird end. 14-15 to play in the third. 3-1. United's got the lead on Devil's Lake in this matchup between EDC and WDA foes tonight at the Pepsi Rink. After tonight for Minot United and for Devil's Lake, they go back to conference play. Fargo North in a home and home with Devil's Lake coming up on the 12th and then 13th. You don't see that very often, but that's
not the same team.
That's what the schedule says for the Firebirds coming up. Then they've got Shanley, then West Fargo coming up on their radar in the near future for Minot United. January 13th, they're at Williston. Then they're at home against Bismarck Legacy on the 15th and the 20th at home against Spotno Rugby.
Got some good games coming up.
Yeah, big task, that Legacy one. That's going to have some implications on who's going to be the region title holder here in 25-26. Take a look at those standings coming up in a moment. Minot's the team that's at the top of the list right now with 24 points. Legacy behind them by a point. Minot unbeaten inside of the conference at 8-0. If you had to pick 4 right now to go to the state tournament under the WDA, I don't know if you could do so. Devin Blade has got the arm up. That was a trip. And Minot will go back to the ServPro power play. ServPro 24/7 emergency service, trained technicians and advanced technology. It's ServPro, first power play since the beginning of the second period for United coming here.
It's an easy call.
As promised, here's a look at those standings. 24 points for Minot United, 23 for Legacy, then 18 for Jamestown, 15 for Mandad, 14 for Century. Minot controls their own destiny, no doubt about that. And out east, Devils Lake sitting in that 4 spot ahead of Fargo Davies right now. Short-handed the chance here for the Firebirds. In on Richardson. Oh, he makes another stop on the play. Now a delayed call coming here. Offsides is the call. Here's another look at this one on the Ryan Family Dealerships replay. Luke Richardson's had himself a night tonight, hasn't he?
It's been solid. What you need.
ServPro power play with 1:45 remaining here on the advantage for United as they carry the puck up to neutral, but it's taken away only momentarily. Now Michael L. will carry in. Here's L with it. Brings it over to Gross. Gross takes it down underneath the goal line. Worked it back behind the net. His stick is stuck in the boards back behind the Devils Lake goal. Stick breaks on the play. Comes back up top down to Lemon. Devils Lake without a defender with a stick here now as Slind handles in the corner. It's like a 5-on-3 in a sense as it comes back up top to Lemon. Rushed out of there and pushed out of the offensive zone for United there by Schumacher. Nice defensive play on the penalty kill for the Devils Lake forward there at the top of that penalty kill for the Firebirds. Push back up into the neutral ice zone. Lemon back after it. Michael L. will retrieve here. Now L's going to take it back in his own territory. Oh, Devils Lake.
Good penalty kill for Devils Lake.
Yeah,
aggressive. Yeah, no, you don't have to be fancy.
Trying to find the right words for it. They're making a mockery is what I was going to say out of the Magi power player, the Minot United power play right now. That one was self-induced. Comes back into the hands of Bradley here. He's got a goal in the hockey game. Now Bradley works it back over to Thompson. He's also got a goal. Sends it over to Holland. He's the other one with a goal. And the puck's taken and flipped up into the seats. The Souvenir's going to find a fan. Here with 11:13 to play here in this third period of play. I don't know if it's fair to say making a mockery of the power play. However, Minot has not had the opportunity to set anything up until that point here on the ServPro advantage. Down to 18 seconds remaining. I don't know they've fired a shot yet on this advantage.
I don't think so. Nothing solid anyway.
Puck's underneath the net, taken here by Strummy. Works it into the corner, then he throws it off the wall. Gets past Thompson, and it rolls all the way down on Richardson. Specialty teams coming in. 2 of the most potent power plays in the league coming into the game here tonight. Both penalty kills doing a nice job. Bradley's got it back underneath the goal line. Works it back away and shuffles it off to the corner where it's going to be handled here by Nick Christopher in his skates. Levers takes it away, and now Levers works it up to center for Strummy. Back to Levers. It's a 2-on-1. Sent out front. Oh, that one sent up and just wide over the blocker side. And then hard into the goal it went as Hayden Volk. Bit slow to get up as he got
a little bit,
the worst of that.
In the pipe. Yeah, he hit the pipe hard. Actually, I think he had more time than you think, but he's just trying to get a shot off quick. But don't want to see anybody get hurt.
Glad to see him up and okay. Yeah, that could be a scary situation when you go into the bars like that, Matt.
Yeah, there's not much give with those goalposts.
Here at the Pepsi Rink at Mesa Arena, marsh pegs are used where they actually drill down into the ice surface to keep those nets connected to the ice. The moorings, they do give way, but definitely not like the breakaway pegs that youth hockey is accustomed to using for USA Hockey inside of our hockey world.
You're gonna feel it. You crash into those things.
Blocker side of Richardson with 10:32 left in the third period. Big thanks again to Val Cyclery, downtown Minot, bringing you tonight's contest on the PSP Network. Sent out in front of the Minot goal. Now Danielson takes it away. Tried to saucer it over here to the near side. Had too much on it on that pass for Hago. Then Danielson had a collision there. And a big one with Bolin. Danielson was slow to get up now in the rush the other direction. Schumacher's in with it. He'll fire in on Richardson. Luke Richardson up to the challenge again tonight on that shot. 20th shot of the game for Devils Lake. 19th save of the contest for Richardson.
Both sides have had nice chances. Like I said, I don't think either goal. They both played solid. I think Myers probably had better of the chances, but Devils Lake's had some. The Spirit has had a couple nice opportunities.
Off the draw. Slynn's going to bring it up to center ice. He's got the motor on now. Here comes Slynn into offensive territory. From behind the net, taken back away by the Firebirds. They're going to push it back away, but Holland got a stick on it, swept it back into the zone. Hard forecheck coming here from Schmeichel. He's going to bring the puck back up here to Knowles. Fired and hit traffic up front. Drop back down to Slid. Backhand. Sent out in front of the net. Schmeichel unable to get a handle on it. Chipped down into the corner. Under 10 to play in regulation. Minot United by a pair here in this contest as the puck is going to be sent out. This is going to come in on net. Richardson forced to play it here. Richardson plays keep away. Got it back up to Nolan Knowles at center. He's got the motor on here, and Knowles will carry it on in. Puck's tied up in the skates of two players here, where it ends up in the hands of Strummy. Strummy moved it off. Back to Levers. Devils Lake turned it over only for a moment. Now it's going to be taken here by Levers with a backhand. He'll gain the zone and send it in. Cole Richardson back behind the net. Top to Lemon. Now Groves on the near side wall. Now Michael Allen, the one-on-one drill. Up into the Devils Lake bench it goes at the stop of the play. Brings the faceoff back into neutral ice territory here with 8:31 left in the third period. Minot United leading 3-1. Goals in the hockey game for United courtesy of Oliver Thompson's 10th of the year, Bradley 6th of the season, and Holland's 4th of the year. Have Minot up by a 2-goal margin. That's because Thompson scored his first of the campaign for Devils Lake back in the second. Just joining us, United led 2-0 at the end of one, 2-1 at the end of two. And here we are in the third. It's not over yet though, Matt, by any means. It's been back and forth here at the Pepsi Rink. Now with real estate down in the corner, this is Volk. Trying to shuffle it off. Strummy against Richardson. Cole Richardson wins that battle as he sends it all the way out of the zone, back at the wall. It's going to be taken and sent forward again by Thompson. Now Richardson has it here, run into on the play by Schumacher. Then Schumacher's got the body there on Gross. Puck comes all the way down. This will be an icing brought to you by our friends at Northern Plains Heating and Air. If your furnace needs an upgrade, call Dylan today, 222-2155. It's Northern Plains Heating and Air, servicing Western North Dakota. Fun game tonight, no question about it.
It's been good, entertaining. It's been a lot of wide open play and pretty clean.
Devils Lake, oh, this puck's out in front of the net. Richardson goes down and somehow hangs on to it.
That was loose right in the crease.
Wowza. The young man has had himself a game here tonight, hasn't he? Another look at this one on the Ryan Family Dealerships replay.
Bounced around, it got behind him, and Devils Lake skater tried to poke it through, and Richardson was able to get his glove on it.
Off the draw, the puck's going to be taken here by the Firebirds up top. Hansen down to the corner. Schumacher sends it out front. Oh, it came onto a tee. They fire, they score. We've got ourselves a hockey game.
Well, you got to give Devils Lake credit. They keep working. They're aggressive. They just keep getting pucks on the net. They don't have to be fancy, but that's just hard work paying off for them. They've had a couple nice chances earlier than that. Like you said, long ways from over.
Right place at the right time. And it's a 3-2 contest. Puck sent back down into the United end. Wait for the official goal call coming here in just a moment. Riggins the one that puts it into the back of the net. Schumacher and Hansen in on the assist. Schumacher, good to see him get paid off for a hard shift there. He had a couple chances. He's got the assist on Riggins' goal. Riggin puts it into the back of the net. His 4th of the year. And it's a 3-2 hockey game on the BNC Bank scoreboard. If you're Minot, do you think about shortening up the bench here a little bit, running those top 2 units possibly?
Possibly, yep. I think so. I'm sure that they've thought about it if they got time, but it's getting, I'd say you're down to 6 minutes here. I wouldn't hesitate to see that.
Puck comes back away to the offensive territory now as it's sent down into the corner. Jackson Dahl giving chase. Puck's picked up here by the Firebirds. Up with it comes Volk. Moves it away here on the near side. Thompson tried to move it off ahead. It's going to be tied up right at the blue line. We're under 6 to play in the 3rd period in a 3-2 hockey game tonight at the Pepsi Rink. Now the Firebirds move it back into Minot territory. Lemon back in after it. Lemon takes it back behind his own net. Lemon will start the motor here. Up to center. Lemon had it stripped from him. Comes back to Slind. Slind shuffles it off to Nolan Knowles. Comes right into the hands of Richardson. Brings it in. Now Knowles, center slot. Tried to fire. Gets it. Fires it on there. Kempel makes the stop. And now the Firebirds are going to push back up into the neutral ice territory. Richardson back on the retrieve with it. Cole Richardson back to Jace Lemon. Right in front of us, Knowles will gain the zone as he works it in. Taken by Strummy. Off the glass from Strummy. Otis moved it off ahead. Comes back away now to Groves here on the near side. Now Richardson handles. Richardson spins it off for Strummy. Down to 4:38 to play here in the 3rd period. 3-2 United on top. Devils Lake starting to buzz a bit more as this game is continued on. Now Groves has possession of it, carries it down into the offensive territory, back behind the net. Works it up top at the line. There's a hit off the wall, but it comes back into the hands of Thorson. Fires it off the shin pads, right back out to center where Holland has it. And he'll send it right back in. Devils Lake used to be in the WDA way back when. Here's a drive from Michael L. That one off the goaltender Kempel's mask and up and out of play. It wins. Those can sting just a little bit, make your ears buzz, really is what happens on a play like that. Kempel's had himself a good game tonight too, hasn't he, Matt?
Oh, really good. Same thing. He's been steady all night. A couple of those goals that have been tough, but still, it's right there. It's been a good battle for goaltenders.
Devils Lake, one of the teams inside of North Dakota high school hockey history in the WDA. That was Nick Christopher that just rang the goal pipe. Christopher's got it again, tried to turn it, hit traffic. Devils Lake has a region title in the WDA. That happened back in 1997. Here's a drive out front. They shoot, they score. Brady Gross into the back of the net.
Ah, real insurance goal, that helps.
Michael L. to Brady Gross. Another look at it on the Ryan Family Dealerships replay. L onto a T. Gross. Bingo. Brady Gross on the season picks up number 3. Nice dish there from Michael L. to make it a 4-2 hockey game here on the BNC Bank scoreboard. Now Richardson out of his own end, trying to go to Lemon. Here's a chance for Hagenow. He's going to have a breakaway coming here. Hagenow in with it, backhands it just wide on the blocker side. Here's Duffy Dobeck. Well, Nick Christopher in on it as well. L and Christopher sends up Brady Gross, and it's 4-2, United on top. Drive comes in, save, rebound, Kemple on top of it. Uh-oh, you better hang on tight. Now we're going to have a little Donnybrook out in front of the net. Oliver Thompson having quite a conversation here with Levers. They'll both sit for 2 minutes here with 2:42 left in the contest, and that conversation not done yet. Thompson's been fun to watch. He's got a little edge to him too, doesn't he?
Well, that's what you need. You need it's your captain. You got to have a little grit, a little toughness out of him. He's not going to step back down from anybody.
Yeah, I mean, you look at, when I think of tennis guys, I don't think of guys that are necessarily going to take you out back and work you over next to the old woodshed. However, I don't think Thompson's one that I would mess with. He obviously has the hockey blood in him as well with the C on the uniform. Thank you, Chad. 2:30 left here in the third period. Chad Olson running the camera for us here tonight, helping produce the show on the PSP Network. Great job as always, partner. Into the zone. Shot from Danielson. Comes back away down into the corner. You ever played tennis?
Yeah, I played in high school. Good time. I had a good time. Yeah,
maybe tennis guys are tougher than I thought.
Maybe.
I don't think I'd mess with you or Thompson. Puck comes up to center ice now. Danielson's got it here. Danielson will dump it down back behind the net. We're under 2 minutes to play here in the third. Nolan Knowles intercepts at the blue line. Pickleball now on the other hand. You don't have to run as far there. I think I might be able to give you a run at the blue line. Offsides is the call, says Jake Stack.
Pickleball is popular, no question.
Planning Team Financial and Shots Crossroads bring you the post-game show here tonight. Schmeichel family delivered us 3 pieces of banana cream pie here this evening. We're patiently waiting to get to the Shots Crossroads and Planning Team Financial post-game show. Timeout called on the ice surface, brought to you by First International Bank and Trust. Visit FIBT.com. First International Bank and Trust brings you the timeouts on the PSP Network. Full service, family owned, independent community bank built on the bond between our employees and customers, founded in 1910 and growing to serve rural and urban communities. North Dakota, Minnesota, Arizona. Find out more at FIBT.com. I mean, take a look at this here, Matt. I'm telling you, this stuff is going to be tasty tonight. There's no... All right, let's back this up just a bit. This is... You ready for this? Can you handle that?
I think we probably can.
3 pieces of this? That's what I'm talking about.
You've been talking about it for a while.
Yeah, my mouth has also been watering for a while ever since the pregame. Big thanks again to Schmeichel family for bringing that up here. 96 seconds away from diving into it, my friend. Shots Crossroads, home to the famous banana cream pie. Team buses are always welcome when you bring the team to the Magic City. Stop in for a pre- or post-game meal at Shots Crossroads.
So what you're trying to say is if there's a close icing, just let it go?
The way that first period started tonight, we went for over 6 minutes without a whistle to start the game tonight. I thought this must be some sort of a dream here. We ended up with Shots Crossroads banana cream pie in a first period that went by
quick.
About as quick as my last diet. 1:24 left in the third. Minot trying to improved to a record of 11-2 on their campaign. Net goes vacant for Devils Lake. It's not over yet. Minute 10 left in the hockey game. Puck's going to be taken and thrown out of the zone there by United. Puck comes back away now. Here for the Firebirds, carrying in. This is Bolin with it. Bouncing puck out in front of Richardson. That could be a scary one. Now Schmeichel takes it, tattoos it all the way down to the other end of the ice surface. Missed wide. The faceoff will come back to Richardson's blocker side here with 52 seconds left in this third period of play. Minot outshot Devils Lake in the first. They've outshot them again here in the third. The Firebirds had the second period rush where they ended up scoring their lone goal of their first goal of the game. Outplayed Minot, I thought, that second period, but United's had the lion's share again here in the third of the quality chances and the goals here in this third period. Here's another drive on goal. Stop made by Richardson. I say that, it's probably a little closer than I make it sound. Richardson's had to make some big saves in this hockey game.
For sure.
Puck comes back away on the near side wall. Groves will move it off ahead. Kids get ready to cut him down. We're at 24 seconds left here in the contest. Firebirds back into Minot territory. They're going to have to regroup at center. This one's almost on ice. Cut him down. We're at 10 seconds right now to play in regulation. Over the line, offsides is the call. And the face-off.
I think there's a penalty call, too.
Good eyes, Matt. Good call. Devin Blada did have the call. Interference. Schumacher to the box on the 2-minute interference call. Planning Team Financial Shots Crossroads post-game show coming up in 8.5 seconds. We'll have full game reset with the highlights and stats. We'll name our MVP of the game tonight. We'll also have our move of the game brought to you by our friends Magic City Home Leisure. All right, kids, we're at 2, now 1. That was a good one tonight here at the Pepsi Rink at Mesa Arena.
Back and forth. Back and forth. That was good.
Minot takes the victory. Devils Lake put up a heck of a fight. Those two teams may match up again. It would have to be at the State High School Hockey Tournament coming up in February. The full lineup. Devils Lake's going to be a tough team to compete with, no question about that. Planning Team Financial Shots Crossroads post-game show comes up next here on the PSP Network.
Is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
At Ryan Buick GMC, we treat every day like game day.
1.2-liter turbo engine, ultra-wide screen.
1.2-liter turbo engine, ultra-wide screen, on 2. Ready?
We know how to get you in the right vehicle.
Blue Canyons, and hut, hut.
From the test drive to the handoff, we make every step easy. This season, start your drive at Ryan Buick GMC.
At Planning Team Financial Advisors, we help individuals create their personalized strategies. We specialize in financial planning, retirement planning, insurance, and 401k distribution options. Don't leave your future to chance. Call Planning Team Financial Advisors today for a free retirement review. Planning Team Financial Advisors, your plan, your future, your team.
In East versus West showdown tonight that ends up in a 4-2 victory for Minot United over Devil's Lake. Welcome to our Planning Team Financial at Shots Crossroads postgame show. Planning Team Financial. Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team can help you every step of the way. Find them online, planningteam.com. And Shots Crossroads, home to the famous number 99. I say they're famous for the banana cream pie, and guess what? We've got some here tonight, Matt. I can't even wait. I'm telling you, it's
so lucky night.
Yeah. Have you ever had the banana cream pie?
Oh, it's been a lot of years, but I used to have it a lot of years. I used to have it a lot in the old days.
These are the old days for me.
Okay.
There's no old days when we're talking banana cream pie from Shots Crossroads. I highly recommend it.
That's what I meant nowadays.
We've got some business to attend to before we get to the banana cream pie here tonight, starting with our game reset brought to you by our friends at driveryan.com. Browse their massive inventory online. It's Ryan Family Dealerships bringing you the post-game show game rewind here tonight, that is. We saw a little bit of everything. Goaltender saves, some big hits. First goal of the game comes right here from Oliver Thompson, his 10th of the year. Richardson and Lemon set him up. 6:16 left in the opening period. Minot gets another one right here on a doozy of a pass out front. Bradley puts it into the back of the net from Richardson. That made it 2-0. That's how the first period would end. There were some power plays in that opening period. You see the call on Thompson here that results in a power play for Devil's Lake. They went 0 for 3 on the man advantage here tonight. You see the goal coming for Devil's Lake from Thompson, his first of the year. Assisted by Schumacher on that play. And then some of the hitting in this hockey game. 2-1s where we ended at the end of the second period. But both teams had some chances. And boy, I'm telling you, Richardson made some saves here in this hockey game tonight that really could have been a Devil's Lake win when it was all said and done. But the Minot United goaltender played well, especially against one of the state's top producers right there, and Strummy, who was held off the score sheet in this hockey game here tonight. In the second period, again, it was Minot United that ends up at the end of the 34 minutes on top, 2-1. Still highlights from the second. We talk about that physicality, some more of that in this contest. Another one of those big hits here. Don Cherry would have liked this one tonight in the old Rock of Sock'em videos. Into the third period we went, and Minot United got a goal here to make it 3-1 to start the third. That one came from Holland, unassisted, his 4th of the year. Holland had himself a good game here tonight. Here's Schumacher in on Richardson. Richardson shut the door on him on that opportunity. Devil's Lake does get one coming up here, though, from Riggin, picking up the goal right here. Well, it wasn't. It was Richardson that made the save. This is the Riggin goal right here. Finds the back of the net after Richardson made the stop. That was my key tonight for Devils Lake, by the way, that they had to have second chances. That's exactly what I was talking about. You see it right there. Brady Gross sets up his name out of the score sheet, courtesy of Michael L. and Nick Christopher. Those are the highlights from the hockey game, brought to you by DriveRyan.com. Total shots tonight, 27-24. Minot United ended up on top of the shot column when it was all said and done. Move of the game tonight, brought to you by our friends at Magic City Home Leisure. Magic City Home Leisure brings you tonight's move of the game. Wow, there's a couple you could choose from in this hockey game. I thought there was plenty to choose from. This is a pretty nice dish and feed out front, however, from Richardson finding Bradley backdoor, wasn't it?
Oh, it was a nice tap in. Those, you're not going to miss those.
Move of the game brought to you by Magic City Home Leisure. If you're on the fence about a hot tub, sauna, maybe a billiard table, highly recommend just stopping into Magic City Home Leisure on South Broadway in the Magic City. It's Magic City Home Leisure bringing you tonight's move of the game. What does it do for the standings after tonight? Absolutely nothing. This one doesn't matter for anything except for pride and momentum. A builder tonight in the East First West showdown. I don't know what those guys in the penalty box are doing down there, trying to figure out a clock issue after the fact, I do believe.
They're having fun.
Yeah. It's not us, I promise you. Minot United moves to a record of 11-2 overall on their campaign. They get back to conference play coming up with their next matchup. Again, Minot United will take on Williston on the 13th coming up. So their next matchup is at Williston at the Agra Ice Complex against the Coyotes to return to conference play. Devils Lake currently sitting fourth inside the EDC. And for the Firebirds, up next, they host Fargo North coming up on the 12th. That's the next matchup for the Firebirds and those standings inside of the EDC. They dropped to 7-3 overall on their campaign after suffering the loss to Minot United here tonight. Final order of business. Our MVP brought to you by Sport Clips. Sport Clips, home to the MVP haircut experience. Find them in Minot and Bismarck. I have the app. I sign in online. It's fast. It's convenient. They do a fantastic job at Sport Clips, home to the MVP haircut experience. I think it could have went a couple different directions tonight, but when you watch that highlight package back, there's a couple real big saves in there from the netminder Luke Richardson tonight.
Yeah, for sure. You got to count on him when you give up an opportunity. He's got to be there for that save. And the goalies are no different than the guys out front. The more settled in they get, their confidence gets better and better, and the puck looks bigger to them when you're kind of seeing it well, and you got your defenseman clearing out rebounds for you, which is nice. Yeah, you're going to give up some outnumbered chances, and that's when you got to make those. He's got to make those saves, and like I said, that's even better when you can, like I said, kind of get into a rhythm. And if you're a goalie, their goalies are touchy. They got ways of, goalies are just they're wired different than a regular player, and sometimes you let them be. It's like a pitcher. You just don't want to disrupt what they got going on. Sometimes you don't even talk to them, don't want to sit by them, and that's okay. If you're goalies, like I said, you need them when they're hot. Just let them be and let them do their own thing, whether they're quirky or not, whatever you think, just keep it to yourself and let them do their job.
He did it tonight, 22 saves on 24 shots. Luke Richardson, our MVP of the game. There's one final order of business here tonight, partner, and this is one that I've been looking forward to all night long. Schmeichel family brought us a delivery from Shots Crossroads here tonight. Chad, I'm telling you got to hop in here and get some of this, my friend. One of these pieces is for you. Banana cream pie, have you ever had it from Shots Crossroads? Well, get ready, my friend. I'm telling you, this is about as good as it gets.
Tonight's the night.
Man, you can lie all you want and say you've never had this, but I know that.
I didn't say I've never had it. It just has been a lot of years.
A lot of years. Okay, yes,
right.
Without a doubt. Here, did you get some of this?
Let's not get crazy.
Let's not get crazy. Yeah, absolutely. Here you go, partner. Great job tonight. I'm telling you, this Shots Crossroads banana cream pie.
This is it.
It's a 10 out of 10. Ready for it? Yeah. I'll give you a quick review on it here in the Shots Crossroads postgame show. Yeah, hop in here, Chad. Let's see your first. Let's see your first bite of this thing here tonight. I'm telling you, it's good. You guys, I already had mine prepared and ready to go.
That's great.
It's a 10 out of 10.
Oh man!
You got to stop in here and eat this at Shots Crossroads. I'm telling you. They're all good, but the banana cream pie is really number one.
It's a trademark.
Number one all time. I think we should go there for lunch tomorrow, maybe. What do you think, Matty Mo?
Okay, we can do that.
All right, Chad, let's get your honest review of this. Is it as good as I've been saying it is for the last 10 years on PSP Network? It's better.
Good as advertised.
How about you? How's yours?
It's top notch.
These are gone. Big thanks again to our good friends at Shots Crossroads, bringing you the post-game show here tonight. Big thanks again to the Schmeichels for bringing us some banana cream pie. Let's put a cap on this so we can hammer this down. What do you say, partner?
I'm with you.
It's delicious stuff at Shots Crossroads. We're all smiling up here in the booth. So is Minot United. They get the win over Devils Lake tonight. 4-2 the final score on the PSP Network and the BNC Bank scoreboard. For Chad Olson running the camera tonight, for my partner Matt Morelli. Great job, my friend. Thanks for being here, Forts.
For sure.
Minot improves to a record of I can't even talk. I got to just put this pie down for just a second. Let's close the show and do it right.
There you go.
Minot improves to a record of 11-2 overall. Devils Lake drops to 7-3. We're back at it for high school hoops tomorrow night. Plenty of WDA coverage. Minot North, Minot High. I'll be on the air with Dallas Hansen tomorrow at 5:30 for the Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show tomorrow night. Until then, can't thank you all enough for watching here tonight. The bigger thanks goes to all the military men and women for allowing us to do what we love, and that's being free and being able to watch hockey games like this one here tonight. God bless our servicemen and women. God bless our veterans. God bless America. What a night it was. Minot United over Devils Lake 4-2 the final. For Matt Morelli and Chad Olson, I'm Nick Holbrook signing off. Until tomorrow, whatever you do, have a good night and God bless.
We realized he had 2 broken bones was fear. Then once we realized and got a plan with Trinity and our doctor, a lot of comfort.
He told me that he can fix my arm, and he showed me a lot of stuff that he could do to help me.
Trinity Health Orthopedics is as good as you can find anywhere in the country. A lot of us take pride in that, and that's why we stay here and we keep doing what we do.
Trinity Health, making more possible.
At Shots Crossroads, we make 8 gallons of homemade ranch dressing every day. So you can smother your dinner salad with it, dip those crispy golden French fries in it, and dunk your breaded chicken strips. You can even cover your... Wait, no. You can't put ranch on steak. Or can you? Shots Crossroads. Don't forget the ranch.